Hariom, Jai Odavram, welcome my dear students. Dinesh Bhai, we welcome you.
Thank you.
We have a lot of registrations. People will join in, but as per our standards, time se ayu ne time se hai chalu kari wajbo. I heartily welcome पंहिंजा सेवा समाज जा ट्रस्टी दिनेश चांद्रा जी जो पाके अज साथ पुरायला आया ही पंहिंजो समाज हमेशा पां साथे उभो रहियो है and as a representative today Dinesh bhai is with us, so I heartily welcome you Dinesh bhai. I welcome CS Janvi Bhadra जो को अज जो सेशन पंहिंजो फर्स्ट सेशन गने वारा ही, and I welcome all the participants. A hearty welcome to everyone. The next 2 hours we'll be all together enlightening ourselves on how to prepare for our upcoming exam. Panjo first target I November 2022 and May 2023 ja students. All the students beyond that are also welcome, but definitely I just hope and I am 100% sure ki pa ajjo session interactive rakbo ane mani jo takeaway best हुए उन प्रमाणे रखे जी पूरी कोशिश करीबो. Janvi, you can start your video simultaneously. August 20th जो BCAF जो foundation 5th foundation day celebrate क्यों, and in that foundation day we did chalk out our road plan ahead. Besides the road plan for my rest of the chartered accountants who are passing out, ऐसा जो major agenda now also is major focus now also is to handhold our students जो को पंहिंजा students CA में register करी रहा है उन्हीं के पंहिंजे घरानु घणे मड़े guidance मले तो friends and family में थी मले तो, but we as chartered accountants feel that it is our responsibility कि असी असाजे study time में असाजे career में जो को भी पामियो है पंहिंजे सोसाइटी में थी पंहिंजे कलीग्स प्रोफेशन में थी, we can handhold our students कि अनी कड़ा भी अटके था तो उते अनी के right guidance दई सकूं. Certain pointers which we look forward presently are how to become their mentors, how to start जड़े 10th 12th जो बच्चों is aspiring to become a chartered accountant, where and when they should start, how they can prepare for their exams, which books to refer, how to select their articleship firm, help them in placement for their articles wherever possible, whether to go for industrial training, whether to what type of job is best for them. We'll try to handhold them in all such areas and much more. With these kind of thoughts, we have conceived this group as BCAS, that is Bhanushali Chartered Accountant Students. Coincidentally, this name coincides with Bombay Chartered Accountants Society, which is a very big name as a Chartered Accountant Forum. So I'm happy that somewhere we, not only in name, but in work and in efforts, are also going to have an unmatched and unparalleled journey. With this, we have our first session today, how to prepare for the CA exams, how to solve this mystery. Going ahead, first I will request Dinesh bhai to just address us in a few words. पा हमेशा पंहिंजे मातृ संस्था के पास साथे उभी ज न रही है, पंहिंजे मथे ते हथ रखंदल ज न रहियो है. So we just want you to give a welcoming address and share your thoughts, Dinesh bhai.
First of all, मणि के जय ओदराम અને સેવા સમાજ હંમેશા એજ્યુકેશન લા કરીને આ સાથે જ રહ્યો है અને આવું છેલ્લા ગત વર્ષથી નેરિયા તો ચાર્ટર્ડ અકાઉન્ટન્ટ્સ ફોરમ કદાચ ડિસ્ટર્બન્સ હોતો રોડ થઈ એટલે તો છેલ્લા ગત વર્ષથી ચાર્ટર્ડ અકાઉન્ટન્ટ ફોરમ સારો કામ કરેલી છે સમાજ લા કરીને ને અસાં જેડે જેંજા ડ્રીમ્સ વા ચાર્ટર્ડ અકાઉન્ટન્ટ બનાઈ જને રહી આવી उनी जो असांजा टीम साईं बड़े पूरा करियो था हमणी के कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस अने एडवांस में जेरा स्टूडेंट जो एग्जाम्स देने वाला आई एक उन्हीं के कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस अने बेस्ट विशेस समाज तरफ थी अने मनी जो समाज जे ई जो इनिशिएटिव है इनमें मनी जो वेलकम करिया तो थैंक यू
Thank you so much, Dinesh bhai. We really always are obliged and thankful ke seva samaj asta ke atlo saath dei ryo hai, and we definitely cannot stop at this because joko paake members joko panja trustees paake jetlo help lend kari rya ayu, we really need to go forward and bring results for them. So thank you. We move ahead and let me now formally welcome CA Janvi Bhadra. Janvi, you may please switch on your video. Yes, yes, you are now lit up. Welcome, Janvi. Janvi is a recently qualified chartered accountant. Our selection for Janvi basically was कि पांचा जो को students आई है जो को exam appear कर रही था, they should be more connected to the recently passed out को लाके recent challenges definitely keep on changing. असी लोग को आज थी 20 वारे पहला फॉर एग्जांपल सीए पास किया हुआ है, असी challenges फेस किया, but they are far different from what challenges and what kind of atmosphere you are all facing now. So we definitely wanted a very young, dynamic and an appealing chartered accountant to address you today. CA Janvi has recently passed out, that is in May 2022, in her first attempt. So that is a very important thing as to in the first attempt, how did she plan her studies and how did she plan her course that this was possible. We all look forward. पा हमेशा विचार्યું था कि पा first attempt में pass करूं, વધારે attempts न लगे. So Janvi is going to help us understand how she prepared and give a lot of information and hand holding. She has completed her graduation from HR College in College of Commerce and Economics and has completed her articleship from a mid-sized firm, Naveen and Associates in Vadala, where she got exposure for direct taxation, compliance, regulatory and litigation, indirect taxation, international taxation, concerning remittance to foreign countries, handling faceless assessment. Faceless assessment is something which is so much into the trend now. So with such a good experience and such a good background, I heartily welcome CA Janvi. Please take us forward in this journey. Next 45 minutes, she'll be sharing her experiences, her tips and tricks on how to crack my CA examination in the first attempt. So Janvi, welcome on behalf of BCF, welcome on behalf of my entire Bhanushali community. And without wasting even a single minute more, please take us forward. You can unmute yourself. Janvi, are you able? Yes.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am, for such a warm welcome. Hello, everyone. A very good evening to one and all. I am CA Janvi Bhadra, a recently qualified chartered accountant. It is a pleasure for me to address the future chartered accountants and the aspiring students of CA. This session is all about how to face CA exams and how to clear it in the first attempt, which is very important. All of us know CA exams are one of the most looked after exams in India and probably one of the toughest exams to crack. So it is very important and all of us know the importance to crack it in the first attempt. So it is very important to plan it in a certain way so as to achieve it. There are many factors which contribute to the same. Today, I'll be talking about my experience and my advice, and the mistakes which I made, and I would not like my friends and the future chartered accountants to be making the same. So yeah, I'll be talking about the books to be referred, the faculties that can be chosen for the same, the mock exams at which you can appear, and as to how many number of revisions you need, the number of from where to give your mock exams, the classes to be selected, and so on and so forth. So I think I'll be starting with starting subject wise, I'll talk about the books, about the faculty, so that everyone can have an overview about all the papers, all the 8 papers. November exams are very near now, almost 1.5 months left. So I am really hoping everyone's preparations are going well. Very less time left, and this is the last leg of the preparation for November exams. May 23 exams are still, so those who are appearing for the May 23 exams, you still have ample of time. So November 21, November 22 exams which are going to come, you must be revising by now. Your first reading must be done. This is the revision time. Revisions are very important. I'll talk about it in the further course. First, let me begin with the first subject, that is FR. If you're giving both the groups or single group, doesn't matter, your first paper has to go well. First paper can make your confidence, it can boost you, so which will ultimately your other papers will go well. FR is the first paper, financial reporting, and probably one of the lengthiest papers of CA final. FR and direct tax, very lengthy portion that is to be covered is very vast. FR, probably the institute material is good, FR, but the classes that I took were from Sir Bhavik Choksi sir. He is a very good faculty for FR. You can definitely go for Bhavik Choksi sir without giving a second thought. His books, his material, the content he teaches is really amazing. Study material, he covers it entirely. So even without a second thought, you can go for Bhavik Choksi sir. Sarthak Jain sir's material is also nice. He has his drone charts, that is Indias and all the chart formats you will get, where he has pointers about the same. So it becomes very easy for us to grasp the Indias. Indias is a very new and an emerging concept. So there is no question that you leave Indias for option. FR is all about Indias. Also in FR, I would like to say what I did was, first I took Bhavik Choksi sir's lectures, then I went through his study material. I solved all his questions. Then whichever questions were not there in his book, I referred to the institute study material. That is, since I gave the May attempt, many new questions were added in the study material. So I solved that questions as well. And a very important advice which I would like to hear state that whichever practical subject you are taking up, please do it in writing. Do not audit the same. Matlab, do not just go through the solutions. It is not helpful to do the same. You need to solve it on your own. Use the calculator, take your books and pens, write it down, write the solution, try to think about the solution, alternative solutions that you can have. Because auditing the solution might feel easy, you might feel ke haan padh ke ho gaya, but then when you go for exams, writing the exams, you won't be able to solve, and that will destroy your confidence like anything. So please write and do. Writing practice is very important for practical subjects. In FR, firstly, I went through the major indices. The most important index, business combination, consolidation, very important. You cannot leave those indices for option. Do not do so. Then revenue recognition, another index which is very important. You have short questions from these indices: business combination, consolidation, revenue recognition. Then deferred taxes, index 12. That is also very important. Index 16. Index 16, that is property, plant, equipment, all that series of index. Short questions you can expect in the paper. In leases, the index on leases 116, very important practical perspective as well as exam perspective. Do solve all the institute study material questions. So that is how I went with FR. Then I took up the small indices, which are relatively smaller and easier to understand. Do not leave the small indices for option. There are 2-3 new chapters added, that is CSR, integrated reporting. These are very important, and many of the students just leave those chapters because they feel the chapters are very small and easy to handle, but you can expect good questions from those. In my attempt, I had a question on CSR, integrated reporting, all the amendments which came. Then Schedule 3 amendments, the institute does keep on introducing the Schedule 3 amendments. Do go through the same. Keep yourself updated about all the latest disclosures that are there in FR. They do ask questions on amendment. So this is basically all about FR. FR, keep a good track of time, because in my preparation, I took study leave from December since my attempt was in May. So my study leave began from December. That was a 5 month. 5 months are good enough to prepare for CA final. So I began with So for FR, first I devoted 10 days for the first reading. Then it took time, honestly for me, it took time to grasp indices and practice the same. So you can give first 10 to 15 days for your first reading. That is a must. So after that, first go through a reading of the study material or whichever faculty you are referring to. Then for your second revision and third revision, you have to speed up the process, as in you cannot give 10 to 15 days again. You need to shorten up your time for revision. So that was about FR. Then for the classes, I would recommend, please do not go for just one classes, as in there are many classes, they give you combo offers for all the subjects, and so I would not personally recommend it. I took different faculties for different subjects, that is the faculties which are best for a particular subject. So that was my plan. Basically, I researched a lot about many faculties, which is the best faculty for which subject, what books they are offering, and I went through that. So that is how I took my classes. I did not go for one class as such. Then coming to the second subject, which is SFM. SFM is a very practical subject. So you need to have a practical understanding, do your classes well. For SFM, I would suggest a good faculty, which is Mayank Kothari. His classes are very nice. He explains very well. And he covers the study material thoroughly. All the sums of study material are covered by him. So Mayank Kothari will be a very nice faculty for SFM. Another faculty for SFM, even Bhavik Choksi has his lectures for SFM. I would recommend for SFM theory, you can refer to Bhavik Choksi, and for the practical part, you can go for Mayank Kothari sir. His classes are very good. He even has video lectures on YouTube, which you can refer in the last leg of your preparation. That is about SFM. SFM also, I would recommend you need to practice a lot. So do the practical part more rather than just auditing it. Then there's audit and law. Audit and law, very important for group 1. Audit and law can either make your group 1 or mar your group 1. Do not take it very lightly. Theory subjects those two being theory subjects are very important. Talking about audit, for audit, you can go for Pankaj Garg sir's book. His book is really very nice, as in you can go for his question bank. That will be more than enough, more than sufficient. His theory book and his question bank, more than sufficient. For audit, I would personally not recommend the study material, as the study material is very vast and it is very difficult to read the study material. For law also, I took Abhishek Bansal sir's lecture, but then I shifted to Shubham Singhal sir. I took Shubham Singhal sir's question bank and Abhishek Bansal for the remaining, for the provisions, for reading the provision part. So that really helped me a lot. You can also you can do law from the study material, but don't just keep on reading the provisions. In law, I would really like to say that don't make this mistake for inter as well. At the inter level, foundation level, we have law and audit at inter level as well. So audit and law, don't do the mistake of just reading the provisions or just mugging up the theory. Mugging up will not help you. So instead of that, go for a question bank, which which has the questions. They in the exams, CA exams, they generally ask you, for audit law, they generally ask you case studies. That is, they'll give you a particular case and you'll have to solve it. First, you have to write the provision and then you have to solve it. So don't just keep on reading the theory. That will not help you as such. You will not be able to write the paper. So keep the study material handy, as well as take a question bank. Shubham Singhal's sir's question bank is recommended for CA Inter as well as CA Final as well. Really nice content he provides. His learnings, his revision videos are also very nice. If you have any doubts while reading his material or even the study material, you can quickly glance through his videos, revision videos. Then for CA Final, talking specifically, CA Final as well as CA Inter, you have costing subject. At the CA Inter part, for costing, I would recommend do the study material. It is more than enough. CA Inter has more. In the CA Inter costing, you have more of practical aspects. That is, it is just the practical part in CA Inter. You have to calculate and you have to solve. That there's contract costing, there's standard costing, marginal costing. These 3-4 chapters are very important, and short questions on those at the CA Inter level. CA Inter level study material for costing is more than enough, and you also have revision videos. For costing, I would suggest Anuj Jalota sir, C. Anuj Jalota sir. He's the founder of AJ Education Next classes. Very nice lectures he provides at the inter level as well as the final level. Inter level costing, you can definitely go for his lectures and refer to the study material. For CA final, there's SCMP. SCMP has more of theory aspect. Do not just skip the theory in SCMP. It is very important. In my attempt, talking personally, in my attempt, May 22 attempt, for the costing paper, more of theory was asked as compared to the practical aspect. That is, there was less of practical solving the sums than there was more theory asked. Or SCMP focusing mainly the questions that is you can definitely have questions on standard costing for sure. Then standard costing is very important for questions. Then there's transfer pricing, external transfer pricing, internal transfer pricing, short questions you can expect from these. So for costing, I would recommend make personal notes, make summary notes. This is what I did. For theory, it is very difficult to just write down the theory when it comes to exams. So what I did, I made my own summary book, that is a theory book for costing. Practical book, I referred the study material for CA final and Anuj sir's the extra sums that he gave us. Study material for SCMP is enough again. And for extra sums that you need, you can refer Anuj sir's book. Then what I did for my theory, SCMP theories, I jotted down the points, whichever theory I was finding difficult, whichever concept I was finding difficult. First, I went to the revision videos that Anuj sir also puts on his YouTube channel. I jotted down the points, any concept which I was not able to grasp from the study material, I used to write it in my own language. And I used to do the same in the CA exams as well. It is not possible to, mug up the SCMP theory, and SCMP theory is manageable. If you read it from a practical aspect, it is very manageable. So that is how I did my theory part and SCMP overall. So in SCMP, you can expect my attempt, most of the questions were from the study material. I guess this attempt you can expect more questions from more of new questions you can expect in the SCMP paper, where you will have to actually apply the concept and then solve. My paper was more of theory oriented. This time, I think you can expect a mix of practical as well as theory. So this was about costing for inter and final level as well. Then comes for final CA final, talking about the elective paper. I took economic laws. Basically, this depends upon your interest, whichever field you are actually interested in. And so I was more comfortable with the economic law part. So I took that. For any elective paper, I would recommend do read the study material as many times as you can. Just read the concept, try to understand the concept, and study material reading will help you a lot. Also, you have case study books in elective papers, many elective papers. Solve all the case studies in those for those elective papers. They do ask the questions, similar questions in the elective papers. So elective papers are quite manageable. Take that elective paper which you are very confident about and which you are very sure you will be able to crack, and you will be able to score at least an exemption. Exemption in elective papers is very important to boost up your aggregate score. So this was about the elective paper. Talking about direct taxation, now for inter as well as final level, direct taxation is something which is very important from practical life as well as your CA exams. So one faculty that I would suggest, which I referred for my CA, I referred Arish Khan sir's, CA Arish Khan sir's lectures and his books. And there's also Bhavar Burana sir, very, very, very renowned faculty all over India. These two faculties are the best for direct taxation. You can go for either of them. Bhavar Burana sir, I used to refer for the concepts which I felt Arish sir, which I better understood from Bhavar Burana sir, I refer to those concepts. Both of these faculties have their revision videos for CA inter as well as CA final level. For DT, I would recommend watch the revision videos as many times as you can. Read the provision, try to understand it, and then apply into the practical sums. For DT, I would not suggest the study material as it is very vast. DT is a very vast subject. For both CA inter and final level, you can go for the books that your faculty is providing you. Go for Bhavar Burana sir. His summary book is very helpful, and he also has this question bank for both inter and final level. His question bank will be more than enough. If you understood all the provisions, then it will be easy to apply in the practical sums as well in direct taxation. And I would really say that keep your concepts clear in DT, because the base that you build for direct taxation, it will obviously be important for your final as well as the inter level, because you solve a whole sum, then when you have to calculate tax and you do not know the basic tax calculation, then that would not be useful. You won't be getting full marks for that. So there you can lose marks. So keep the basics of DT very, very clear. Then IDT, indirect taxation, both at CA inter as well as final, you have GST. GST is a manageable subject, but you do not need to take it lightly. For IDT, I would recommend, I use Yashwant Mangal sir's lectures. He provides lectures for both CA inter and final level. His revision videos are really great, as in you do not need to refer to any other faculty or so if you refer to his videos. So I used to constantly watch for lectures for direct tax and indirect taxation, because I feel taxation provision, understanding the provision and grasping the provision, remembering the provision is very important so as to apply in the practical sums. DT, IDT, you also have MCQs. So for the MCQ part, you have a case study digest. For both CA inter and final level, ICI releases a case study digest. For MCQs, if you solve that, it is more than enough. It has almost 100 to 150 MCQs along with case studies for both DT, IDT. So that would be more than enough for the MCQ part. Then for IDT, at the final level, you also have customs. Keep your customs very, very strong. That is, you have to score at least full marks, almost near to full marks in customs. A very good score in customs will automatically fetch you good marks in direct tax at the final level. For the inter level, you have DT and IDT together. So I would honestly recommend, in IDT, if you score good marks, it is very easy for you to increase your overall score, because DT you will score marks, IDT you have to score near to full marks or a good score to boost up your score. So IDT is really scoring subject. So that is how I prepared for, that is the books and the faculties that I use for my study leave. Then I would like to talk about mock exams. Mock exams, it is really very important to write mock exams. Many of the students, the one mistake that they do is they do not appear for mock exams. ICI also has their mock exams, which they generally take 1.5 to 2 months before the actual exams are going to begin. So ICI exams, mock exams are really helpful, but one catch that you have in ICI exams is you have just 1 day gap for each paper. So yeah, so for CA inter and final, the test series which I recommend, for either first is the institute ICI's test series, that is helpful. Then you also have the other test series, other institutes which offer you test series, that is which I would recommend is the CA test series by AIR1. That is really helpful, by Ajay Agarwal and Atul Agarwal. Their test series is also great. CA test series, you can definitely inquire about the same and you can register for the same. I think this is the right time to go for test series. CA inter as well as CA final, they have test series at both the levels. And you can also have either all the subjects, or you can go for subject wise. And there it is according to your convenience. You can give your test about after 2 days, 3 days, whenever you like. That is depending upon how long you take to revise one subject. So that would be more preferable as compared to the institute mock exams, because there you generally have 1 day to prepare for your subject. So I guess there's no point in rushing because this is your preparation phase. So do not just rush into giving exams. Prepare well, then write the exam. What I did was, I did not actually register for any other test series from outside. I wrote a test series in my own house. I did it on myself. I used to keep a timer for 3 hours, and then I used to write it on my own. And for evaluating, I used the study material for evaluating the same. So I did test series on my own. Yeah, so for law, if you're not able to clear your level because of law is such a subject where understand the provision, read the provision, understand the provision, and then apply. That is what I'm trying to tell. Be it foundation level, inter level, or final level, for you can refer the study material for the provisions. Do refer the study material. Study material is great for law and audit. As audit, I won't recommend the study material that much, but for law, study material is recommendatory. you can use the study material for the provision. Read the provision, understand the provision, and try to just remember the provision. कि हाँ इस section में ये लिखा है. Writing section number is not important. You won't lose marks for not writing section number, but if you write the wrong section, definitely you will lose marks. So don't concentrate much on the section, I would say. If you're not able to clear, do one thing. First go through, there are many revision videos. First go through the study material, read the provision, then watch a revision video for the faculty. The faculty that I suggested were Shubham Singhal sir. He takes at all the 3 levels. His revision videos are great. So go for the revision video. Read the provision, go for the revision video, then take a question bank. Question bank, study material in the study material, after a chapter gets over, there are many questions that are given at the end. And those questions are really helpful. They will really help you to clear your provision. So refer to those questions. And then try to evaluate your answers, what you are writing and what the answer is given in the study material. So that is one thing you can do. Law and audit are very important for you. Theory subjects, do not ignore the theory subjects. Just reading the provision for the theory subjects won't help you do solve the questions at the same time, just as you solve it in the practical part. So, and give exams. For theory subjects, exams are a must. Mock exams at all the 3 levels, I would really recommend everyone to do the same. Register yourself for the test series, or you can do it on your own as well. Yeah, Ankita Patni is also good for Ca Foundation Law. Ankita Patni, she also has her revision videos. Just go through her revision video once. Watch one revision video. Okay, watch one revision video of Ankita Patni. If you feel you are able to grasp the concept, understand it well, then take her lectures. Ankita Patni notes, I have heard they are really good. So you can go for her question bank. That would really help you.
Janvi?
Yes, ma'am.
I will recommend you finish your session and we take up the questions. Maybe I think you'll take 15 more minutes to finish your session.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, and then we take up all the questions one after the other.
Okay, great.
Because otherwise these questions will distract you and we don't want to lose what you have actually come to disseminate.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Is
yes.
Fine with others also? A couple of you can just put a thumbs up in the chat or an okay. Yes, I find thumbs up. So I think we'll better continue with your session, and then at a stretch we take up all the questions. We'll definitely cover each and every question. And in the meanwhile, all the others can keep on posting your question here.
Okay, ma'am. Then another thing that I would like to address is a crash course. Many of you, I heard in the chat section that you're not able to clear one particular subject, or you're facing problem in understanding one particular subject. Crash course is something which is recommended just 2-3 months before the exam if you feel you are not confident about a particular subject. Like for CA Inter, I have heard many of my friends and many of the students, I've heard in general, they face problem in subjects like audit, then EIS, SM, FM Eco. They face a lot of issues over there. So what I would suggest is go for a crash course. If you're not still confident about it, go for a crash course. There are many crash courses that are available. One crash course is the AJ Education Next, that classes, they provide the crash course. It is about 15 to 20 days, and no crash course would last more than 20 days. And they are really short and crisp. They will cover only those aspects which are important for your exam. So crash course is something which you can go for if there is a problem in a particular subject or so. AJ Education Next provides good crash courses. JK Shah also provides crash course, but do check the faculty that they are going to take, that is going to take your lectures. So yeah, this is about the crash course. Then there are many assumptions that the center from where you appear your CA exams matter. As in, I've heard from many of my friends and colleagues that if you appear from a small center, you will clear fast or something like that. But these are all really myths, and there is nothing like that. It all depends on the quality of your answer. And in CA exams, the quantity does not matter. Do not go according to the quantity of the answer. Quality is what matters in CA exams. Even if you write a 2-liner, 3-liner answer, but it has the main points, the crux of the answer, you will get marks there. And all these are absolute myths as to the center which you need to take for your CA exams. The center that is nearest to you, you are recommended to take only that center. And yeah, so this is pretty much about the myths that are being roaming around. So the centers, this is about the centers, the crash course. Yeah, about the talking about the study leave, the 1.5 to 2 months of your exams are really very important. What I would recommend is do not stress yourself more and do not be too relaxed. Uh, you need to study at your own pace. Study at your own pace. Have a proper planning. Revision is very important. CA exams cannot be cleared in just one reading or two reading. I did 3 revisions. First basic reading, then two revisions for every subject. I went for the third revision for the subjects where I was less confident or not confident. So yeah, 2 revisions are must. One reading and 2 revisions are a must. Solving mock exams is very important. Uh, keep reading the same material. And yeah, one thing which I would strongly recommend is do not change your study material. Follow the same material which you have been following since the beginning. Do not keep shifting your material. There'll be many of your friends who will be telling you this material is nice, there's this new faculty bringing new material. Please do not do so. Follow the same material from day one which you have been studying till the day of your CA exams. In CA exams, you generally have 1.5 day at all the 3 levels, foundation, inter, and final as well. That 1.5 day is very important. And in that 1.5 day, follow the same material which you have been using. Do not change the material at the last moment. It will not fetch you any good. So yeah, that is that. And 1.5 days of CA exam is very important. You need to plan very well about that, how you will spend that 1.5 day, because you cannot just be lethargic in that 1.5 day. You cannot get tired. You have to continue reading. You have to read and you have to make your summary notes for last 1.5 day. You cannot read the entire study material in the last 1.5 to 2 days which you have before your exams. Make summary notes for every subject and try to eliminate the portion which you feel is okay, this is manageable, and do not do ABC analysis, not at least before the exams. ABC, you can do ABC analysis. Many faculties, many YouTube videos doing ABC analysis for all the 3 levels, but I would strongly recommend do not do so. Cover entire portion. It is not possible for you to clear CA exams by leaving portion, be it any subject. So yeah, do the portion thoroughly. ABC analysis, I am not saying it does not work, but for example, in my attempt, May 22 attempt, many questions were asked from B and C category. A category questions were there but from B and C category, you cannot ignore those chapters and those questions. So do those. But yeah, you can definitely set your priorities as to ABC, but don't skip. That is all I want to say. So yeah, this was pretty much my strategy about the same. And if you have any questions, you can post the same, and I will answer the questions that are already there. Yeah, so here I get a question that somebody is giving the CA foundation attempt in December and you're not very confident about your attempt. Do not do so. As what I would suggest is clearing CA exams is all about confidence. You have to be confident on yourself. Accounts and maths at the foundation level is very important. You have to keep your basics strong for accounts and maths. Account is the base for everything, because in foundation you have accounts. In inter level you have 2 subjects, account and advanced accounting, in both the groups. Okay, so you have accounts and maths in both of them. Accounts, maths, again, as I said, practice more sums. It is all about sum solving. Practical subjects may do not leave, just don't audit the answers. You write, practice and solve the same. Watch revision videos wherever you have doubts of any particular theory or any concept as such. So maths and accounts, you can manage maths and accounts just by practicing enough. Practice every day. In inter costing, okay, so in inter also you have costing, where you have costing theory.
Janvi, read out the question also. Now I don't think all would be reading it. So before you answer, you can just read out the question once, please.
Okay, yeah, ma'am. In intercosting, we have 20 marks theory. So what do you recommend to tackle it? Okay, so costing is such a subject where in CA Inter, you have more of practical aspect for costing. keep your practical aspects strong. For theory, what I would recommend is use the study material. Use the study material and watch revision videos. Clear your concepts. Matlab, if there's any particular concept asked, if any question is asked, you should be able to answer it in your own language. Jot down the important points. That is what I did for both my inter and final levels. Take a book, write down the concepts that are repetitive and that are asked most in the exams. Do write pointers about the same. Do not write entire lines, but write the pointers about the same. So theory, you can refer the study material for that. It is study material is very helpful. Also, you have a summary at the end. In the study material, whenever chapter gets over, there is a summary. There's a summary page. So refer that summary page as well. Many questions are asked from that summary page also. Any tips for CA Foundation BCR? For foundation level, I would say the faculty, refer to a good faculty for foundation level. That is, I would say, you get good amount of time after your 12th and before your foundation now. I had CPT, so we had just MCQs now. But now foundation is all about MCQs as well as the practical part. So you cannot just focus on the MCQ. For the practical part also, you solve questions. For the practical part, solve questions, and foundation, the theory part, you have to manage the theory part that is there, because there's no other alternative to it. So yeah, and could you please elaborate on how to plan 1.5 days for inter audit? Okay, so 1.5 days, as I said, 1.5 days is very important. And auditing subject, refer Pankaj sir's book. Pankaj Garg sir, he has inter level and foundation final level audit. So he has this question bank which covers almost all the concepts, and he has put it in a format as to MTP, RTP. That way he has segregated it. So you are covering basically almost everything. What I did for my audit 1.5 day, I had marked when I was reading in my last 2 months, 3 months audit, I had marked the important questions and the questions that I was not able to answer, which I felt were difficult. So mark 1 star, 2 star. I used to mark the most important questions were 2-star questions, and less important, which I felt were 1-star questions. So at the last day, I read the most important questions, which I had marked most important or very important. That way I had did my audit. Also for audit and law, underline the keywords, use the keywords. When you're preparing, underline the keywords there itself. If you're not able to understand any meaning, underline the word and write the meaning. I used to write it in, if I'm not able to understand, I used to write any other synonym of the same word. So you can do that. Underline the keywords. Audit and law, keywords will help you a lot. Can you recommend the professor for accounts for foundation level? Okay, for my foundation, I took, actually there are classes, foundation, Sarthak Jain sir is really good for foundation as well. I took my foundation classes from, there's an institute near my place, so I took from there. But Sarthak Jain sir's lectures are very good for all the 3 levels. He has his question bank and theory notes as well. So for accounts, you can go for Sarthak Jain sir. How do we remember EIS SM? It's vast plus tough to score marks. Yeah, EIS SM is a subject which many people are facing problem. What I did for my CA Inter EIS SM is I used to read it every day. I gave 1 to 1.5 hours every day for EIS and SM, because it is not possible for you to read and understand EIS SM in 10 days or 15 days or so at one step. So what I did, every day you read 1.5 hours you devote to EIS SM every day. Do not skip a day. So that will really help you. That is what helped me personally. And refer to the study material. EIS SM study material is the best. I would not recommend any other faculty. Study material, keep reading every day. That is something which will help you for EIS SM. It is a tough paper. It is a theory paper. So yeah, that was my strategy, and that helped me a lot. Being a SP student, I'm not able to cope up with integration and derivatives. So would you suggest to leave these chapters in option? Honestly, do not leave. I would not suggest you to leave for option. Basically start from the scratch. What I would say, do not leave for the option, but don't stress also much about it. What I would suggest is start from the scratch. Basics se shuru karo. Try to understand again. try to understand the basics. Integration derivatives का basic formulas जो होते हैं ना integration derivatives के, start from that. Then go to the higher level sums and the difficult level sums. Do only study material questions. If you're finding anything difficult, any chapter difficult, first do the study material questions. Only after that, go for the extra questions. So yeah, for integration derivatives, since you are a SP student, you do not have the hang of maths. So yeah, do that. Start with the basics. Do not give up, I would say. But pehle you you prioritize other chapters and then go to this. As I am from direct entry route, so it is getting too difficult to cope up with both the group. I am confident with first group, but in second group, I am lagging somewhere and I am not able to complete. So what should I do for it? Okay, so this is again one of the most asked questions about from many of the CA aspirants, that single groups or both group. See, this answer depends totally on you. Single group or both group, you are the best person to judge for yourself. Analyze your situation where you are standing right now. How many months do you have for the exams, and how many days on an average will you need to complete another group? So I would not recommend, if you're not confident, do not just now, since it's just 1.5 months left, if you're not confident you will finish reading another group, do not do so. That is, I would recommend, but again, you are the best person at this stage to judge yourself as to both groups or single groups. Okay. For CA Inter, is it recommended to give second group, first group fully prepared and second group not fully prepared, and will it affect the status of cleared in first attempt if second group is not cleared in that attempt? For CA Inter, it is recommended to give second group.
It is again on whether to give two groups or one group actually.
Okay, yeah, again, see, this is the if you are prepared for one group, a group एकदम अच्छे से prepare हो गया है, so that group you are definitely giving. But see, if you feel you're not, even after preparing for the next 1.5 months, you won't be able to do it, so do not go for it, as in do not push yourself too much. See, you know where you are standing right now in terms of your preparation. अगर mock exams और वो सब देख के हो गया है एक group का, so you can start with a second group. Many people would suggest give 2 papers or 3 papers and score exemption, but I don't think that would be an ideal strategy to do so. So yeah, analyze yourself where you are right now and how many more days you need to get fully prepared for one more group.
Janvi, just a little difference in this one question. What I think he or she is expecting is she's saying I'll appear both the groups, one very nicely prepared. Okay. The second one is half-hearted. So, but just give it a try rather than just leaving it off. Will attempting it matter later on at any stage that you attempted but you did not clear? Is it better to just leave and not attempt itself, or to attempt and give it a try?
Okay, no. See, I would suggest that since you're saying that one group you are very confident that you will clear and you're fully prepared, definitely go for the second group as well. As in, don't just give up. I'm saying, if अगर preparation start ही नहीं हुआ है, तो give it a thought. अगर preparation शुरू कर दिया है, तो definitely go and give the exams, I would say. Don't and yeah, since you're saying a group already prepared हो गया, so that will not affect your other group.
Here, one thing which I would also like to add is, see where you want to go, reach. Clearing it one group at a time also is the same situation, and suppose that you appear 2, you clear 1, and next time you are clearing the second one. If both the groups are at one go, suppose you want to get into a Big 4 and their criteria is that it should be cleared in one attempt, then when they are looking forward to it, is like you should clear both in the very same attempt, not one after the other as well. Right, Janvi? Yes,
ma'am. Big 4 does have their criteria, but see, again, I would say you are the best person to judge yourself. If you're already prepared well, so definitely go and give the group.
Does it make a difference that I attempted and I did not clear? So better not to attempt at all.
See, attempting and clear that you can attempt the group, and if you don't clear, you should not have any regrets that अरे मैंने try ही नहीं किया मतलब, या फिर see you don't affect your preparation for the group that you're already prepared, well prepared. जितना रिवीजन देने वाले थे आगे जो ऑलरेडी फुली प्रिपेयर्ड ग्रुप को उतना ही दो, अभी भी मैं वही बोलूंगी, उस ग्रुप को कॉम्प्रोमाइज मत करो. द अदर ग्रुप व्हिच आर नॉट फुली श्योर, कीप रीडिंग, बट फर्स्ट ग्रुप को अटेम्प्ट मत होने दो. मैं वो बोल रही हूँ ऐसा, मतलब दैट इज व्हाट आई फील.
Yes, my also suggestion and my experience has been that many a times it so happens that you are fully prepared for one group, the second one is half-hearted, but you are lucky enough that maybe the second group was the papers are quite easy and you can crack through, right?
Yes ma'am, that is there, definitely there. You can give and clear it, but then if you're not able to clear, the regret mat rakho aisa kuch ke I could not do so because I gave both the groups. That is what I'm saying.
Great. Next.
Ideal study leave for intergroup 2, can I manage in 1.5 months? Yeah, one group is manageable, quite manageable in the last 1.5 months. There are only 4 subjects. If you plan it well, you can do revision. In fact, 2 revisions you can easily manage for the last 1.5 months and you can easily clear. Inter second group, I would suggest zyada theory hai, so you will have to put a little bit more effort as compared to group 1. Focus on audit more. Advanced accounting, aim for an exemption, तो ही second group clear होगा अच्छे से, because rest all subjects are theory. So yeah, prepare for theory well. And wherever there is practical aspect, aim for an exemption, so you won't have the aggregate problem. And 1.5 months, you can plan 2 revisions and 1 mock test. Is it possible to clear CA Foundation with last 3 months study? Yes, it is possible. CA Foundation is more about MCQs now and practical aspect as well. What CA Foundation basically, it is whatever you have learned in 12th standard. It is 12th standard plus a little bit more. So if you are done with your classes, your lectures, then yeah, you can clear CA Foundation in last 3 months. But again, whichever practical subject is there, you need to practice and you need to write and clear, because you need to write, don't just audit, because you are appearing CA Foundation. This is your first CA exam. You do not have any prior experience about CA exams, as in CA exams का environment कैसा होता है, क्या होता है, वो 3 hours में कैसे paper complete. You do not have that experience, so yeah, you also need to give mock test for the same. How to make summary notes for 1.5 days for CA Foundation? Again, to make summary notes, prepare summary notes in such manner as to it should cover every important point. If there is a particular concept, jot down the points, and those points should be such that those are the key points. Only then you will be able to fetch marks. Because for summary notes, see, you can go for a question bank, but question bank will be, you cannot refer all the questions. So question bank for 1.5 days, I would suggest que mark the important questions which you are finding difficult or not able to answer. For the theory, in summary, you have to prepare pointers. So that is basically what I did. CA Foundation also, it will work well. So yeah, that is summary notes you can prepare. Keep a different book for different subject, and in fact, different chapters, you can make different summary notes. So that would be, very handy for you in the last 1.5 days. So yeah, last 1.5 days, you cannot waste on finding your books and finding your material. Can you please give recommendation for test series CA final? Yeah, CA final test series, AIR test series, CA test series is nice. AIR1 CA test series, that test series I've heard a lot. So yeah, you can definitely register for that test series. You can also look for the institute test series, that will also work. Then AJ Next also has their own test series. You can inquire with them the same, but the best test series that I can recommend is the AIR1 test series, CA test series. Ankita Patni's chart book for law subjects are very helpful. Yeah, Ankita Patni, even I have heard for law, she's a very good faculty. You can refer her, but again, take a demo lecture for her, demo lecture, and just ask your friends about the chart book, and then you can go with the chart book. You also have Pankaj Garg for law. He also takes law lectures. Is additional question bank given in institute's material recommended to do for CA Foundation Math? Yes, for CA Foundation Math, I would say first concentrate on the sums which are given in the study material itself, the question bank that institute provides you, the study material, the questions that it has, that would be very much sufficient for CA Foundation Maths. And also CA Foundation Maths, you can also use your 12th books to, there are many books for different authors which you can also use, many 12th standard books. So that would also help. But yeah, Institute's foundation material for maths is more than enough, I think, the sums that they provide. Which faculty is best for CA Foundation? See, again, for CA Foundation, what I would recommend is go for subject-wise faculty. That would really help you, because when you're taking a bunch of classes where they provide you all the subjects, you do not know which faculty is actually going to teach you. So yeah, for CA Foundation also, you can do the same. Ankita Patni for law, you can go. Pankaj Garg sir, there's for Pankaj Garg sir takes audit but for foundation you have no audit. So yeah, for law, Ankita Patni will be best for CA Foundation. For accounts, Sarthak Jain sir, definitely do check out his lectures. Can you suggest any strategy for inter group 2? Yeah, CA inter group 2, as I told, pura theory. It's more of theory and advanced accounting. So make sure you have an exemption in advanced accounting, and only then you will be able to clear CA inter group 2, because many people face problem for inter group 2 since it is more theory. Audit, I would suggest read every day. Audit is not a subject jo aap 15 din 10 din exams ke padh ke you can finish it in one go. This is what I used to do for audit law. I would feel comfortable to read it every day, 1.5 hours every day. I used to take the morning hour. That is, I used to study my morning time. I used to do for I used to devote to audit and law. Yeah, so that is basically what you can do. Read audit every day, 1 to 1.5 hours every day. All the theory subjects, I would say, EIS, SM, and follow the study material for group 2. I would say that is the best you can do. Study material plus RTP plus past papers is enough for preparation of CA inter. Yeah, I would say it is enough. Study material is good for CA inter. RTP, refer to the last 2 RTPs. Past papers. Yeah, so at least minimum last 2 attempts, RTP and past papers and mock papers do refer and go before your exams. So yeah, RTP and MTPs will really help you a lot. At least pehle ke 2 attempt ke karke jana. That is what I would suggest. Any strategy for CA Foundation law? Okay, again, law is something, go for a good faculty, I would say. The faculty that I took, Abhishek Bansal, is a really nice faculty. You can check out. Then Ankita Patni is also, she is also very nice faculty for law. And law ke liye kya karna? Matlab, this is what I told you. See, go for the provision first. Read the provision, understand the provision. You have to write answers in your own language. Law, audit, dono mein. It is not possible to mug up. So read the provision, watch a revision video if you need, then go for a question bank. So you will come to know as to questions ko kaise answer karna hai. Because law mein they will never ask you straightforward questions. It will always be based on a case study or so. Strategy for CA Foundation, all subjects. Okay, so see, for CA Foundation, I would say accounts or maths ke liye to basically first pura solve hi karo, because you are new to CA, you are just entering your CA journey, so you do not know the environment of the CA exam. So practical subject mein generally kya hota hai, this used to happen with me. Whenever I used to just read the practical sums and then go and attempt an exam, it would never work. So practice sums, write mock exams. That is, I would suggest. RTP, solve the RTP thoroughly of your attempt and the past attempt. MTP also, you should do MTP and RTP both. For foundation ka theory subject, again, that is what I would say, do not mug up the theory subject. Read karo, understand the provision, and then go and write in the exam as per what you feel. Matlab, apne answers mein likho, and in the exams also mark the important points. This is what I have seen. The examiner generally won't read your entire paper, but they will read the main points. You write a pointer and then underline it, and pure answer mein fir keywords underline kar dena. So that will be more helpful for the examiner to give you marks.
This seems to be a repeat question. 1.5 months are enough for clearing CA Foundation.
Yes, 1.5 months are pretty enough for clearing CA Foundation if you devote your heart and soul in the last 1.5 months to CA Foundation.
we seem not to find any more questions. I would just like to either reiterate what Janvi has just shared with us, and maybe share a couple of my points as well. Before that, I have a request from Hetal Mark, who would like to just speak up. So Hetal, you can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, Hetal.
हाँ मैम અહીં જ્યાં ચા की ऐसी बॉय ग्रुप ॾेई सघूं था ने मतलब जे फर्स्ट ग्रुप असीं ॾेई ॾियूं सेकंड पण साथे ॾेई ॾियूं अगर पेपर खासो वेने पेपर इजी वेने त असीं ॾेई सघूं था पर अहिड़ो पण थी सघे कि फर्स्ट ग्रुप त खासो हलियो पर सेकंड ग्रुप अगर असांजो खासो न त उहो इफेक्ट करे सघे थो न फर्स्ट ग्रुप ते पण
I first group the પહેલા જ દઈ દેના ના.
ના ના એટલે આઉં ડાયરેક્ટ એન્ટ્રી રૂટ થી તો મૂકે બॉय ग्रुप સાથે ॾिने जाए फर्स्ट फाउंडेशन ॾिने वगैरह जो को असीं आउं डायरेक्ट टीवाई पुठिया गईड़ी है ना
Agree.
डायरेक्ट
हाँ, the boy group એટલે in the sense the series will be કે આજો first group जा papers પહેલા attempt થીંदा.
हाँ.
ને પોst second group जा થીંदा ना.
हाँ.
So any which ways your first group is cleared. मतलब cleared in the sense you have written those papers when you are attempting for the second one.
हाँ.
You have already attempted your group one, right?
Yes.
Generally कोर थी suppose you are not fully prepared for group one but you are prepared for group two. So then your confidence loses कि अरे वो group one जा paper सारा ना वया तब maybe I am affected because of that अने मुझे group two जा paper सारा न बने. That is one of the fear that we might have, right? Although उनमें अगर group one पा अगर if this is the scenario, still I would say कि group one पा के खबर है कि वो paper टेढ़ा भी वैसा आवता attempt किया है खाली, right? So keeping that clear mindset पाके ही affect करनू ना खपे. पर जेड़ो आंजो जो को केस है जेड़ा ये चाहता कि group one एक prepare किया ना group two is dicey. The हेडे situation में group one जो confidence हले जो तो कोई scope ज नहीं because group one जा papers हैं already attempt करी गड़ा मड़े.
हाँ.
Have I cleared your doubt?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else who wants to speak and wants some special kind of clarification? Maybe पासी जो को questions attempt किया है उनमें अगर कहीं के कोई further doubts हैं? Here then I will take a little forward कि जैसे जानवी just say कि it is very important to have a summary book. This is I would say the key to success. Personally for me also, and this key summary book many a times it so happens क्या जी summary book है ना foundation में बनाया ना final सुधी कम आ गई. मुझे तो 12th में बनाई ली मुके book. I had cleared my CA final couple of questions and couple of subjects because of a book that was made in the 12th standard accounts. So that really helps you. In that what you are going to write is कि कोई key है कोई tips and tricks है I on me jot down kari rakha the last 1.5 days. See, very frankly, you guys are fortunate for last 10-15 years. You all are fortunate to have 1.5 days to attempt for your next paper. If we talk of the days when we gave the exam, we just had half a day. We had papers every second day. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the 8 days of November or the 8 days of May and 8 papers that we need to attempt. So we never had a break in between. We never had a chance ki suppose my X paper went bad. So I can't moan on that and then maybe wake up, rest and then prepare for the next day exam. I have to prepare immediately as I land home. So definitely, and in spite of this 1.5 days, you just whatever best and whatever efforts you're putting in, you cannot cover your portion. So this key book or the summary book is different for everyone. There can be no thumb rule which says ki refer X and you will clear your paper. This X cannot be generalized. You have to understand कि आगे क्या chapters नता आचेगा, आगे क्यों sum नतो आचे, आगे क्यों question नतो आचे. So that personalized summary book, don't use your friends or your cousin's summary book also. You have to prepare your own summary book whenever you're preparing for your exams. So that is like कि अगर summary book कहीं नता prepare करो, your half the failure is already decided. And the practice जैसे auditing है elective papers नहीं मुझे practice चीजों को जानवी मैम गाल क्यों, that is also one thing is कि on a daily basis whenever you have joined your CA course it is recommended कि on daily basis besides your lectures and your articleship I key not arzo the hakdo kallak time kadine you prepare for your subject. You read through whatever notes, etc. But still, if you have not done, I last 5 months में या 4 months में जो को prepare कर ही रहा है, go at your pace. Again, Janvi just put it very rightly. See, there are two categories. अगर मुझे पंची काल करिया, when I used to prepare, I couldn't even finish my entire portion. So a second reading or a practice session or a revision session never happened. But for me, my pace was that if I read once, it takes 3 times the time, but I never require a second read. So there may be students, those are in my category. There are students who require 2 revisions. So there's someone who requires 1 revision. So understand your capability and your style of reading. मुझी friend जब और reading થઈ વ્યા ને આવતા ને approach કરી રહ્યો અહીંયા. Don't get into the rat race. It is not going to help. Every student is different. Every study pattern is different. You have to study yourself first કે આંકે કોર ચીજ અને કેડી પેસ તેને કન રીતે આંકે ફાવે તો and compete with yourself. Then crash course, test series and all she's covered. Elective papers, how to plan for 4-5 months. This she is covered, and just as I put in ki go at your pace. There is one more thing which for me it worked ki as Janvi also said ki take up 2 subjects per day. Normally what happens is ki samjho there are 4 months and 8 papers. What people do is 15 days per month they study 1 subject. Problem course ye 15 days I uch cheez I body bhi agar same cheez 8 hours and 10 hours you are going to study, you will be completely bored. You cannot study that very subject for 10 and 15 hours. And anje exam time mein agar pehla thi kam na hai kya, you have to study 12 to 15 hours. Right? You cannot study the very same subject for 12 to 15 hours. So break it up in sessions. For example, maybe morning 7 or 6 to 1 or 6 to 2, you can take up 1 subject, prepare it nicely, take a break of 2-3 hours, relax, sleep, start afresh by 4 o'clock and prepare again for the rest of your day. At night, probably for me, for example, I was never a person who can stay awake after 10 o'clock. So I can never study a theory subject after 10 o'clock. So what I used to do, I used to take up accounts, costing, maths at the time after 10. After 10, 10:30 to 1:30, 12:30, whatever the time it suits me, those 2 hours I used to again take up certain practical subject that will keep me awake. And mujhe wo bhi simultaneously thiye, so it keeps me fresh. I cannot study in these 3 slots the very same subject. So you need to have your own combination of what works best for you. But general experience is that having 2 to 3 subjects per day really helps to keep you fresh for longer. You will have, I would say, depressions. You will have times wherein you feel कि अब तो just अब मेरे से एक शब्द पढ़ा नहीं जा रहा है, एक शब्द मेरे दिमाग में नहीं जा रहा है. It's okay. Take a break for a day, half a day, 1 day, 2 days. Spend time with your family. They are there to motivate you at every point of time, and get back. Because I don't remember even one, I would say level, let it be foundation, inter or final. I have reached to a position कि बस इससे आगे तो एक शब्द नहीं होगा and I'm not going to pass. But then my mom used to probably come out, it's okay, relax, chill out for a day. Stress leke, if you continue, you are not going to be able to grasp anything. Right? Better go slow, ek din chill maro, relax yourself, then don't get into the guilt factor. ठीक है, वो एक दिन गया, but second day I will make it up for it. But rather than that, वो guilt में पढ़ के आप वो दिन भी waste कैसे मैं करूँ, मैं तो नहीं बस पढ़ना ही है, you will be wasting 1 full week और कुछ भी समझ नहीं आएगा. Right? So don't do that. It's okay to give a gap to yourself. बीच में ऐसा नहीं है कि 5 महीना 4 महीना आपका स्टडी लीव है तो सिर्फ पढ़ाई करनी और कुछ नहीं करना है. You make it up, no? जो भी आपका बीच में गैप आता है उसके लिए आगे पीछे के दिन पे मेकअप कर लो. Right? And regular studies, keywords जैसे है, keywords में एक और चीज which मतलब for example I did not know or I did not do that, but I could find many friends or many other colleagues, what they used to do, they used to underline that particular word और उसको अपने आप जैसे कच्छी आई कच्छी में लखी, भले योर द स्क्रिप्ट इज इंग्लिश, हिंदी और मराठी, बट पांचों को लखी रहे आई हूँ उनके कच्छी में लखी वजह. तो गुजराती में लखी वजह आंजी जो को भी फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज हुए ना उनमें लखी वजह के जो मतलब करो है See, the key for me, for example, right from my childhood, my mom, who is hardly a 10th pass from a vernacular medium, ये मुझे की मढ़ाइंदा हुआ खबर है. And in those days, there were no separate textbooks for different subjects. मतलब different ये Gujarati, Marathi, Hindi, English, everyone had the very same standardized work. So she used to take up a Gujarati textbook, read from it, explain me in Kutchi, and then used to tell, go and write it in English. So what Janvi kept on saying कि you have to write in your own language. So understand करने के लिए आप जिस भी language में comfortable हो उस language में understand करो. उस language में अपने summary book में लिख दो. And thereafter, on your last 1.5 days, you just read those and reproduce it in your paper. It will work wonders. Janvi, anything else you would love to add? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry. The last 4 or 5 months are very crucial for anyone. Don't just keep on studying. But I used to do what used to work for me to refresh myself. I used to go for a walk and put my headphones on, and I used to go for a walk. So that used to work for me. Now that depends on person to person. So yeah, stay calm, have faith. And yeah, CA exams is all about, it is 99% hard work, 1% faith, luck, whatever you call, but 99% is hard work. So yeah, I would like to say focus on that and prepare in your own way. Different people have different capabilities. So do not judge yourself on basis of how others are preparing. You know what is best for you and where you are standing, and आपका कितना prepare हुआ है, you know that well, and how much is your capability, do according to that. So yeah, that is all I would like to say. Thank you.
Great. I will now invite CA Sanjay Gajra, my colleague and co-fellow BCF committee member, to give a formal vote of thanks for CA Janvi.
Thank you, Miraben. First of all, before giving vote of thanks, I would just like to add something what Janvi had spoke and all the queries has been raised. There is also an ICI CA tube. I think students will be aware of that also. They have on each papers they are providing videos. So I think it will be also helpful for the students when you are not able to go through books or reading. You can just listen to that ICI CA tube. Each paper they are providing knowledge session for the students. And one query was that regarding appearing for both groups, how it will useful or not. I think in our days when we used to study, it was helping because if one group you are getting excess marks over and above the 200 whatever amount number we have to require, that excess can be adjusted in second group if there are less marks you have received to cover your average marks. So that will also be helpful, I think so for that. Now coming to the part of vote of thanks, it gives me immense pleasure to present a vote of thanks to Janvi Batra, recently passed out, because first of all, it's congratulated for passing out in first attempt. We never passed in first attempt. You many
thank you
for
so
that.
much, sir.
And I request everyone to carry out a loud applause for Janvi for sharing her knowledge with all the future CA students and future members of our Bhanusali Chartered Accountant Forum. Thank you. Over to you, Meera.
Yes, thank you so much, Sanjay Bhai. Thank you so much, and thank you for those additional tips as well. Here I have one or two requests wherein one of the members said ki can Janvi ma'am share the list of professors and faculties subject wise. We'll definitely request her to do so. Otherwise, one more thing which we have is this session is live on YouTube, so it has a recorded option as well, which can be shared with you all, and you can revisit it and jot down all the professors which she's mentioned. Definitely we'll ask her also to help us out. We'll add her in the BCAS group as well, wherein you all can post your questions and she can answer to them. We'll prefer a one-on-one answer unless there is a question which really relates to everyone. Because what will happen is if all the questions are answered on the group, then maybe other members who are not relevant, for whom it is not relevant, might be disturbed. So she will reply to all your questions on a one-on-one basis. That's fine, Janvi?
Yes, ma'am. That's fine.
Okay. So thank you so much for sharing your experience and your tips and tricks. From here, we move forward to our next session, wherein what happened, Hada Nereo ke Janvi shared with us her experience, her knowledge about kya professors kan subject la sara ai. And very frankly, ajji tarikh mein, it is not difficult to take up the sessions because recorded session kafi discounted rates se male tha. But initially in our days, what used to happen is we used to go for a class, honors class mein assi made subjects karyu tha, so we don't get the best of all professors. Secondly, they're very costly. Even the recorded sessions, ghane jo Adobe aaye ke CA course, there are many people who join CA course because anike professional degree per maldi. If it is caliber based, even if you are not having enough money. એટલે અગર આગે ક્લાસીસ ની ફીસ પે કરલા પૈસા નહીં અહીં આંજી રીતે પ્રિપેર કરીને એક્ઝામ દેવતા still there won't be a difference between કે અરે અહીં X type just CA or Y type just CA. CA is a CA. Unlike any other professional જેડા માર્કેસ કે અહીં કેતેનું engineering ક્યાના અહીં કેતેનું medical ક્યાના અહીં કેતેનું આંજો MBA ક્યાના. The college is important. હેતે college તે institute જ है जो को study material देती અને few courses and few subjects hold bhi kare the sessions, but by and large what is the pattern is we go to classes. Tai kan classes thi study karine move ahead kyana is not important. No one on the earth asks ki ai kan classes thi attempt kyana ke kan classes mein sakhya hai. So for those who cannot afford the classes or you don't want to go for the classes, recorded sessions are a very good option. And unsivai we have Krishna Bhanushali with us, Krishna Bhanushali Khania, Krishna Gajra Khania, who will share with us ki ita jarte inter sudhi without any classes she has done her preparations. So it is not impossible कि I don't know कि अगर classes नता बनो तो CA crack नतो થઈ શકે. CA final is a completely different ball game. ने ओडा preparation level atli high है कि पाके अकड़ी hand holding करनी अगर खपे दे, and that's not bad. See, 90% of us do it through classes, and even I've done it through classes, right? But those 10% who would still want to go ahead without classes, it is really a very good thought, and Krishna will help us understand कि पाई केड़ी रीते करी सकूं ता ई पंड केड़ी रीते क्यों. Krishna, I will request you to please unmute yourself as well as put on your video. Yes, welcome Krishna.
Thank you, Meera ma'am, for having me here.
CA Krishna Gajra Khania has done her graduation from Narsi Monji. She has cleared her foundation and inter, both the first two levels without any classes with her self preparations. She has been a chartered accountant in the attempt of May 2016. And aj panjo practice kariyeta. She is practicing in the areas of, I mean, if I talk about geographical locations in Mulund, Vashi based, it is a Mulund and Vashi based practicing chartered accountant firm, and mainly practices in trust, non-profit organization formations, compliances, taxability, GST, income tax, internal audit, and other advisory services. So she can be of help to us for even our articleship placements, etc. It's a very good firm. So presently what I am looking forward to is to hear her preparations and her experience on how to go ahead without any classes. Krishna, over to you.
Thank you, Meera ma'am, for having me here. Hariom Manike, and Janvi has done a wonderful job explaining each and every part, how we should prepare for each and every subject. The Janvi, thanks for having such a wonderful session. Am I audible? Hello? Okay. So directly, having said that, we will directly move on to our next session, which I am conducting, CA Krishna Kajra Kanya. So today I
Krishna,
would,
sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I am still finding a couple of queries coming in for Janvi.
uh-huh.
I will post these queries to Janvi, or else what Janvi will do is she'll reply to all these questions via chat only, so that we don't disturb Krishna's session, and y'all can read these answers later on. Still, if any question remains unanswered, y'all can connect with us after the session as well. Okay, Krishna, sorry to bother you, and over to you.
No problem. No problem. Thank you so much. So yeah, getting back to our topic, self-study. What is self-study? See, everyone attends classes nowadays. Like attending classes has become a trend. But if we go in 1980s or 1990s, पावटे इतला मडे options ना हुआ classes ला. Today we are very lucky के पावटे मडे options हैं. We can go through के कितला professors किन field में सारा हैं. के professors कितलो सारे इतना पाके help करे सकें था. To prepare for each of the subjects individually हाने पा vouch भी करे सकों था university. But CA exams में what I feel in my view, आगे classes I attend करे होता, the best I attend initially जो को CPT, IPCC finals, everybody prefers, as you said, कि 90% of the students prefer to attend classes. And classes attend करे होता well and good, but what I feel in my view, self-study is also equally important. अगर I CA exams ला prepare करे होता, तो खाली classes won't help. Professors will do their job. They'll teach you subjects की clarity, concepts मिडे आके सिखाइंदा, practical examples देने आके वो भी preparation कराइंदा. But CA exams में self study is equally important. तो ये session खाली ओनिला ना है जो को classes नता attend करें, but ओनिला भी है जो को classes attend क्यों ना, but why self study is important? Because at the end आके आई जैसे पिंड होन subject के आके grip ना आ जाती, till that time you won't be able to score in that subject. And पांचों target core हुए finals में, till the time you reach finals or at all the three levels, our target, first target is to clear the exams, because पांचे exams बहुत difficult हुए crack करना. It is not that easy. 80 लोगों in situation में जब we have gone through those situations, जो को CA aspirants हैं, they are ready. They are the next batch of students who will be going through all the situations. The hence session जो is intention है कि how we can help you in focusing on how to prepare for CA exams based on your self study. The panjo first है कि self study, how does it help? It is a great way कि आंजो learning experience है, ये आंजो आपको enhance थई वना, because in classes attend कर रहा था वो लोग आके सिखाइए था, but input है घरे अची नहीं कोर वांचा था, तो जो को पिंडज prepare करिए था. I have, as Meera ma'am has already explained and mentioned, आ मुझे CPT and IPCC आउ self preparation की थी है, तो वो एकड़ी choice हुई मुला करे. Say having said that, CPT ताऊ एकदम end जो को last day हुआ है, पांचो registration जो only आउ विनी ने I just casually filled up the form casually, as in our studies में क्या भी casual नहीं, but yeah, CPT जो को form हो last day थे on the spot I filled up. I was totally new के course थींदो कह रहे थे, but I made a decision at that point of time कि हाने I have 2 months in my hands, so what I will do is I'll do self study. So that was a choice. उज CPT जो को मुझे हो formula, I applied that to IPCC, and coming to till the finals में I opted to attend classes, because finals में obviously मडे लोग को discuss करिए पांचो groups में जो को पांचा previous जो को colleagues हुए हैं, mentors हुए हैं, उन्हीं वटा मतलब पाके सोनेला मिले क्योंकि finals is very difficult to crack. अगर आई उड़ा एकड़ी बो बार 3 बार अटकी रहा था, देना जो dedication level है किधर ने किधर hamper किया, वो avoid करला. Yes, finals में then I opted to have classes. तानी self study आऊं की कही थे, I will just go through that कि इनमें obviously information था आज के जमाने में मिनी वटे available है. You just click and you get loads of information. आगे जो को information का पैदी at a click you get it. पर उनमें जब पांच लोगों कितलो gain करे सकूं था, that is important. तो उनला करे पांच लोगों जो को classes attend करें था, वो classes पोटिया भी घने students if we refer जो को rankers interview ने हुए था, ये लोगों को preparation पिंजे जीते क्लासेस जी हेल्प त गिने था पर पंजे रीते भी प्रिपरेशन करें था तो इनमें एकड़ो किन रीते ही पाके हेल्प करे चाहे आंजे रीते प्रिपेयर कर सको था आंजे जो को पेस है सी एवरीबॉडी हैज अ डिफरेंट पेस घणे लोगों जो ग्रास्पिंग पावर इज गुड इनफ एवरीबॉडी इज इंटेलिजेंट that is by default if you are attempting CA exams time by default everybody is intelligent but yes everybody has their own pace so own pace te paap kedi rite panche environment mein how we study aa mate koi direct supervision na like when I used to study the on time te asa je time te professional classes karne wa they were very famous तो उनमें केड़ी रीते हो जाए एकड़े बड़े ऑडिटोरियम में मतलब I don't know more than 500 students at a time they study so it all depends if you are comfortable there I वांचो पण I घरे अचीने भी वांचो I on classroom में जा निकरीने भी वांचो આવ તો ક્લાસીસ અટેન્ડ જ ન કર્યો તો મુલા કરે તો ડે 1 થી ઉમડે મુજો સેલ્ફ સ્ટડી જોયો તો મુલા કરે કોઈ ડાયરેક્ટ સુપરવિઝન નો તો મુલા કરે ઓ સ્ટ્રેટેજી વોઝ હેલ્પફુલ કે મુકે કોઈ ડિસ્ટર્બ કરીને નો મુકે જેટલો આવ ભણતી હોય આવ વાંચીંદી હોય મેડે મુજો પિંજી સમજ્યો તો મુકે એટલા એક્સ્ટ્રા એફર્ટ્સ કોઈ આફ્ટર અટેન્ડિંગ ક્લાસીસ અને કોઈ પાછો સેલ્ફ સ્ટડી કરે જો ઓ એકડો એફર્ટ મુજો ઓછો થયો બટ યસ ઇનિશિયલ લેવલ તે and the efforts double to understand the topic because there is no one to guide so वो एकड़ो factor हुआ है तो self study में कोई ही हाने self study कर रहे थे quite popular हाने पा कोविड में ने आया वो मरे situations पा face किया wherein ठीक है online mentorship तो हुई है professors की but students we have got used to कि I पंजे घरे वहीने केड़े रीते वांचो था you don't have classmates to help you on something पंजे रीते पंजो फोड़े जो आई सारो एड़ो कोविड में सीखी गड़ा हूं हमरे लोग तो इन जे बारे में पांच जो को इंपॉर्टेंट टिप्स है वी विल डिस्कस ऑन दैट एंड व्हाई सेल्फ स्टडी इज इंपॉर्टेंट दी बो फैक्टर्स पांच कवर करे वाला है फर्स्ट इज व्हाट इज द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ सेल्फ स्टडी तो सेल्फ स्टडी है ई आगे एकड़ी अंडरस्टैंडिंग दींदी आई स्टार्ट क्या ना आई वांचे जो चालू करयो था व्हाट टू स्टडी हाउ टू स्टडी आंके कोर वांचे जो है केड़ी रीते वांचे जो है वो मिड़ी आके खबर पवंदी वंस यू स्टार्ट द सेल्फ स्टडी ऐं क्लासेस अटेंड आई 8 आवर्स जा क्लासेस अटेंड करे और 9 आवर्स जा क्लासेस अटेंड करे मिड़ी वस्तु है पण आई पिंड जैसे वांचे जो चालू न करेंदा यू वोंट गेट अ ग्रिप के आके किन वस्तु के केड़ी रीते प्रिपेयर करे छे तो फर्स्ट पंज जो को है के व्हाई इज इट इंपॉर्टेंट ताकि एकड़ी सेंस ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग मिली वने तो कोर वांचे जो है केड़ी रीते वांचे सेकंड है कि सेल्फ स्टडी जरा ही चालू करो आई लोग आंजा पंजा नोट्स बनाए सको था कि व्हाट आके केड़ी रीते सिंपल लैंग्वेज में आके केड़ी रीते समझा जाए देयर आर हंड्रेड एंड थाउजेंड्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स लैक्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स आई वुड से तो प्रोफेसर जो एकड़ो स्टैंडर्ड हुआ है उन स्टैंडर्ड जे हिसाबे एट अ टाइम ऑब्वियसली हु इतने मने स्टूडेंट्स के उन्हीं के एट अ टाइम जो को भी उन्हीं जे हिसाबे जो को कॉन्सेप्ट हुआ इन हिसाबे वो बेस्ट पण जो क्लैरिटी देने हले आवे पण इन मते आके केटलो समझाणो घणे लैंग्वेज में डिफिकल्टी हुए स्पेशली अगर कोई वर्नाकुलर थी है तो उनके अगर इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में कोई नोट्स रेफर करना है उनमें डिफिकल्टी है घणे वक्त बहुत लीगल लैंग्वेज हुए फॉर एग्जांपल पाके लॉ में थोड़ी लीगल लैंग्वेज हुए तो उनमें तो इरिस्पेक्टिव क्या वर्नाकुलर थी आयो कहीं कॉन्वेंट स्कूल थी आयो इरिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ दैट यू फेस सच चैलेंजेस वेरे ना कि लैंग्वेज समझ में ना आचे थोड़ी लीगल लैंग्वेज हुए आई स्टक थे तो once you write making your notes you will understand कि हाँ मुके सिंपल लैंग्वेज में हिनके हम केड़ी रीते याद रखा मतलब असा लोगो जो एकड़ा प्रोफेसर वा फाइनल्स में भवर सर ऑलरेडी जानवी भी उन्हीं के बारे में डिस्कस किया ना तो असा लोगो के सेक्शंस याद रखना हुंदा वा तो केड़ी रीते याद रखूं सेक्शन तो असा जो फॉर एग्जांपल 80 DDB हुंदो असा की याद दे रहंदा वा दिल दहलाने वाली बीमारी असा की याद अचिंदो जा अच्छा 80 DDB वारो भी एड़ो कोई सेक्शन है जिनमें आ लोगों के केड़ी रीते उनके याद रखी सको था उनमें कोर फॉल थी है तो कोर आई उन वस्तु में एक्सपेंसेस अगर इनकर करया था तो व्हाट यू कैन क्लेम अंडर इनकम टैक्स तो एडी रीते प्रोफेसर्स तो पंजे बिहाफ ते उ लोग मड़े पाला करे मेहनत करिंदा जो है जे स्टूडेंट्स केड़ी रीते इंफॉर्मेशन रिटेन करे सके दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट ताई आजे लेवल ते भी आई अगर नोट्स बनाए जो चालू करिंदा यू विल अंडरस्टैंड केड़ी रीते उनके बाकी सिंपल लैंग्वेज में पाके याद रहे एडी रीते लिखे जो थर्डली आजो कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्ट थिया एंड जे इतले मणे लोको जे विच में हुआ सी एवरीबॉडी ठीक है मणी जो अलग अलग हुआ घणे के कंफर्टेबल हुए घणे के न हुए इतले मणे जणे त आई पंजो वांचे जो चालू करो न ताके कॉन्फिडेंस अचे जे हाँ हूँ एटलो वांचो अहींया न त एटले में त ही तो मूंखे एटलो त समझाई ज वियो कोई बि आई पर्टिकुलर हिकिड़ो टॉपिक ॾिनो you study that topic, you make your notes, then automatically I second third time जरा उन वस्तु के refer करियो था definitely आजो confidence boost थींदो I freely वांचो था मतलब there is no direct supervision I आजो दिमाग लगाए you are studying that fourthly you are learning at your own pace previously भी पाण discuss किया कि पाण पंहिंजे पेस ते पाण स्टडी करियूं था त पाण आइडेंटिफाई करे सघो पंहिंजा क्या वीक एरियाज़ आहिनि क्या स्ट्रॉन्ग एरियाज़ आहिनि किन ते पाण खे वधारे सी हार्डवर्क त सीए एग्जाम्स में मिड़ेई करींदा हूं था इट इज नॉट दैट कि आंखे कोई अहिड़ो स्टूडेंट न मिलंदो जेको हार्डवर्क नथो करे एवरीबडी वर्क्स हार्ड बट उन हार्डवर्क में कहिड़ी रीते उनखे मॉडिफाई करे अने आजी स्ट्रेंथ कहिड़ी रीते उन वस्तु खे बनायो था कोई वीक सब्जेक्ट्स आहिनि उन मथे केतिरो फोकस करो था दैट मैटर्स फिफ्थ लेसन द फ्रस्ट्रेशन एंग्जाइटी आजी जेको बोर्डम आहे आजी एंग्जाइटी आहे घणे लोग क्लासरूम में स्ट्रगल करींदा तू मिड़े वस्तु आंखे फ्रस्ट्रेट थी वञे घणे वक़्त at a stretch 8 to 10 hours 12 hours the lectures attend karyo weekend and occupied hue for after clearing IPCC you have your office also your articleship also so you have to focus on that as well ta angala kare wo hectic schedule the at that times it happens I frustrate the tai thodo pinje rite vaachyo classroom jo struggle karta thoda dur acho ta aanke anxiety bhi agar koi face करे तो वो भी थोड़ो घणो आजो पूछो थे लास्टली ई आगे एकदम एंगेज करे वजह कोई वस्तु में सेल्फ स्टडी करो ना तो यू गेट अ डिफरेंट कनेक्शन विद द सब्जेक्ट आजे इंटरेस्ट जे हिसाबे आई टॉपिक्स के बाइफिकेट करे सको था ताकि क्या टॉपिक्स पसंद है किन में आई स्ट्रेंथ आजे किन में है वीकनेस किन में यहाँ के मिडेज क्लैरिटी अची वेंदी वंस यू स्टार्ट स्टडिंग बाय योरसेल्फ अगेन आई विल से आई क्लासेस अटेंड करयो था नता करयो एवरीबॉडी हैज अ डिफरेंट स्टोरी but I attend karya tha in puthya bhi I self study the important is you have no option if you want to clear exams aage hi bo important hai na kar classes attend karna ane study by yourself hane पण next topic te agar acho ta how should we do it I kehdi rite un vastu ke self study theek hai par discuss karegada why is it important but hane we will discuss how to do it that is a big question mark ke kehdi rite karibo it is very easy to say कि हाँ ठीक है यहाँ से रीते वांची जा कहीं स्टार्ट करो एंड एज आई सेड मेरे लोगों इन वस्तु के न मैनेज करे सके दैट इज फाइन कोई मैनेज करे सके कोई न करे सके बोथ द वेज तो इन वस्तु में हाउ शुड वी डू इट ताई पहला तो स्टार्ट करो जो आंजे सब्जेक्ट्स कितना है उन सब्जेक्ट्स के डिवाइड करो उनमें टॉपिक वाइज डिवाइड करो आंजी आंके किन सब्जेक्ट में आंके इंटरेस्ट है किन सब्जेक्ट में थोड़ो पोछो इंटरेस्ट है बट आउट ऑप्शन द आई इज नॉट यू हैव टू स्टडी तो उन वस्तु में यू जस्ट डिवाइड इट पहला जो को इंटरेस्टिंग सब्जेक्ट्स हैं वो जो को लेस इंटरेस्टिंग सब्जेक्ट्स हैं वो उन जो आई वॉक थ्रू करना आपको उनमें टॉपिक वाइज डिवाइड करो चैप्टर वाइज डिवाइड करो इन चैप्टर पे आके वधारे फोकस करना ऑब्वियसली फास्ट ट्रेंड इन रहियो क्वेश्चन पेपर्स जी तो यू गेट एन आइडिया किन वस्तु जी केड़ा वेटेज वधारे एट द एंड कोई एकंदो सब्जेक्ट एकंदो तो हुए एग्जाम्स में ट्विस्ट हुए इंस्टीट्यूट से मणी रीते पांजे थिंकिंग जे हिसाबे को कंप्लीटली पास पेपर्स ते न हुए दैट इज ही डिफिकल्ट एग्जाम क्रैक करना बोला कि ही कंप्लीटली है जो लास्ट अटेम्प्ट जो उन जे अटेम्प्ट जो मिडे वस्तु हिन अटेम्प्ट में हिन रीते इंस्टीट्यूट फॉलो करिंदी इन सेटिंग अप द क्वेश्चन पेपर सो दैट इज नॉट राइट इन माय व्यू बिकॉज़ कीक ने कीक उन में ट्विस्ट हुए बट हां तो भी आई वेटेज कितलो किन सब्जेक्ट के आई पास पेपर्स नेरिंदा के ध्यान अची वेंदो किते वधारे फोकस करेगा यू गो थ्रू दैट सब्जेक्ट वाइज एंड डिवाइड करो then as I said आके आइडेंटिफाई करे जो किन सब्जेक्ट में आके वधारे टाइम देनो पड़तो किन सब्जेक्ट के आके ओછી રીતે समझी सको था स्लोली समझा जाए उनके वधारे टाइम हाने नेक्स्ट है जे आंजी बेस्ट बुक्स स्कोरिंग तो ऑब्वियसली जानवी आके बेस्ट प्रोफेसर्स जो आके कई बुक्स रेफर करे जो ऑलरेडी शी हैज एनलाइटेंड अस मच ऑन दैट टॉपिक बट आके institute जी material she has already said that I am repeating the same आके ICAI जी जो को material है ये आके refer करे जी वो आई केयर करे सकता है जरा टाइमली प्लान करेना जे आई अगर लास्ट जब बुतरे में आई उनमें मड़े स्टार्टिंग थी मड़े इंस्टीट्यूट जो मटेरियल रेफर करला वेंदा ताकि थोड़ो डिफिकल्टी वेंदी तो यू टाइमली एम प्लान करेगा ना जो चलो मुके 5 months मुके एलोकेट करनो है फर्स्ट वीक में आओ इन सब्जेक्ट के कवर करे लो ही इंस्टीट्यूट जो मटेरियल रेफर करनो नाउ having said that, institute जो material में आई मिडिज कवर करे सकता एड़ो नतो हुआ, but हाँ, what helped me in clearing my first two exams without any mentorship, without any classes, without even purchasing a single book. Author जी कोई भी book अजय अगर मुझे पूछता कि क्यों author सारो है, किन author जी book सारियों है, I'm really sorry, but I won't be able to help that because CPT ने IPCC में I don't know कि क्या authors वहाँ ने आउन वस्तु ते कड़े focus भी ना की because मुझे ऐडी देते view है कि rather than referring, I've seen people preparing for CA exams and they refer different topic ला करे वो लोग को चौंदा ऐसी हिन author जी book हिन topic ला refer करे होंदा हिन topic ला ऐसी ही author refer करे तो वो मुझे सब end moment it becomes very hectic to cover different books ताई institute जो material उते एकड़ो main आया तो self study ला तो best book पूज है आई study material refer करो study material में obviously वो last देते तो मेरे cover ना है तो आई उनमें highlight करेगा या practice manual is my bar practice manual I refer किया आई उनके आंखों cover करेगा किड्डा ने किड्डा it will automatically help you to crack these exams because ultimately institute के उन जो material obviously institute पंजे जो को standard है उनजे हिसाबे उन्हीं के कोड खपे तो आई identify करो अने institute जो material आगे it totally ignore ना करो in my view आई उनमें जा जो को आगे important लगे तो at least cover that and जो को self study करिए था उन्हीं लाते institute जो material refer करे जो आया because उनमें जा जाके वो idea मिलती आगे subject सी clarity अच्छी थी घणे सारी रीतना explanations देने लाऊं था घणे सारी रीतना उनमें examples देने लाऊं था institute जो material में practice manual में आके past papers जा घणे questions उनमें cover करेला already हुए था आऊं जर वाचिन दियो हाँ practice manual तो thoroughly आऊं वाचे गड़ी हुई कोई इन पुठिया जरा रिवीजन टेस्ट पेपर्स तो मुझे खबर पई प्रैक्टिस मैनुअल में भी आज घणे रिवीजन जो को टेस्ट पेपर्स पास्ट पेपर्स हुए था घणे एग्जांपल्स एटा कवर्ड हुए था तो आगे अर्धी प्रिपरेशन तांजे आरटीपी जो होते ही થઈ વેના પ્રેક્ટિસ મેન્યુઅલ સાથે बिकॉज उमड़े જ वस्तु कवर करे थी इंस्टीट्यूट कोई वस्तु न छड़ींदी पिन जे जो को ओनी जे सब्जेक्ट्स में दे विल कवर एवरीथिंग नेक्स्ट है जाई आजा कॉन्सेप्ट स्ट्रांग रखे जी ट्राई करो आके कॉन्सेप्ट्स जी क्लैरिटी करनी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इनिशियली सेल्फ स्टडी जो को करे होता आके इनिशियली थोड़ो डिफिकल्ट पौंदो कि केड़ी रीते समझनो एट टाइम्स यू गेट फ्रस्ट्रेटेड कि यार इते समझा जाए ना तो अगेन यू गो थ्रू इट यू रीड अगर आई पाछो उन वस्तु के वांचिंदा आई ट्राई करिंदा यू ब्रेक दोस थिंग्स जोको न तो समझा जाए यू डिवाइड दोस पार्ट्स यू ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट उन उपरांत भी अगर आके न तो समझा जाए take a help from any of your colleague or any of your friend कि हाँ ये टॉपिक में मुझे हिन वस्तु में ही डाउट आए can you help me to solve that उन वस्तु ते आजा डिस्कशन ते आजा कॉन्सेप्ट्स क्लियर किना तो वो भी वस्तु ही करे सो होता नेक्स्ट है जे पास्ट पेपर्स का के सॉल्व करी जाए जे सेल्फ स्टडी में वो तो इम्पोर्टेंट है बिकॉज आई ऑब्वियसली कोई अगर बुक प्रेफर करे होता सेल्फ स्टडी में तो दैट इज आल्सो फाइन को प्रोफेसर जी बुक प्रेफर करे होता कोई ऑथर्स जी जो स्पेशलाइज्ड है एक्सपर्ट है ब्रांड है जनी जी इंडस्ट्री में जे हाँ ही टीटी है तो भवर सर है तो लॉ है तो अभिषेक बंसल सर है तो उन्हीं जो अगर है मटेरियल यूज करे होता तो वो वस्तु आई उनमें एग्जांपल्स जो को है वो रेफर करे पास्ट ईयर जा पेपर सॉल्व करे कोई आई केडी रीते जो एनवायरनमेंट सेट करे होता बिकॉज आई सेल्फ स्टडी करिंदा हुआ ना तो क्लासेस वाला तो क्लासेस अटेंड करेंगे नहीं अरे आई अगर सेल्फ स्टडी करो तो ऑब्वियसली यू डोंट हैव अ प्लेस इन क्लासेस टू सिट एंड स्टडी तो यू विल प्रेफर अ लाइब्रेरी और यू विल प्रेफर स्टडिंग एट होम तो घरे तो आजो थोड़ो ऊपर नीचे आजो की मतलब घरे ऑब्वियसली क्लासेस जेटलो आके डेडिकेटेड वस्तु आके एकड़ी न होंदी प्लेस इन वस्तु ला सम पीपल प्रेफर लाइब्रेरी आई यूज्ड टू प्रेफर माय एनएम कॉलेज लाइब्रेरी तो आऊं हेडी रीते शेड्यूल बनायो है कि यस दीस पीपल ही लोग 8 कलाक 9 कलाक ही लोग क्लासेस अटेंड करिए था आई विल मेक श्योर कि आऊं भी 8 to 10 आवर्स आई आल्सो स्टडी तो we आशा जी कॉलेज बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट कोई वी हैड टू अटेंड ऑल द लेक्चर्स मॉर्निंग में यू कैन नॉट स्किप एनी ऑफ द लेक्चर्स ता आसी लोग मॉर्निंग में लेक्चर्स अटेंड करिंदा और 10:30 कोटिया एनएम कॉलेज जी तो स्पेशल बैचेस हुए आई डोंट नो हेयर जी सिचुएशन को है बिकॉज मुझे ऑलरेडी 6-7 इयर्स थे व्या पास थे बट यस हेयर भी अगर as far as I am aware NM कॉलेज जी स्पेशल बैचेस हुए ज जेके शाह चयो तो प्रोफेशनल्स चयो हाणे जो को एजे नेक्स्ट है इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग तो इन्हीं लोगों जे इनमें स्पेशल बैचेस हुंदा हुआ असांजे कॉलेज वारनि तो पीपल यूज टू लीव ऑल पूरी असांजी कॉलेज भी CA फैक्ट्री है तो बल्क में लोगो उनस टाइम ते मड़े इतानो निकरी ने क्लासेस में तो उनस टाइम ते आई यूज टू अटेंड माय लेक्चर्स आई यूज टू डायरेक्टली हेड टुवर्ड्स द लाइब्रेरी असांजी कॉलेज जी लाइब्रेरी आके केड़ा भी जड़ा के कंफर्टेबल थे आंजी घर जे आजू बाजू कोई लाइब्रेरी है जड़ा के कंफर्टेबल हुए यू मेक श्योर के आई क्लासेस वाला जेटलो करिए था 8-10 hours they put their efforts I be at least ओटलाड्या ऑन करता उपरांत ताके डिनी जाजे पर मिनिमम तो ही आयज अगर वो 2 कलाक वांचे तो यू मेक श्योर के विदाउट वेस्टिंग एनी ऑफ द टाइम यू स्टडी फॉर 10 to 12 hours वो भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है आई उनला करे अगर ऐं घरे वांचो था तांजी एकड़ी डेडिकेटेड जगह रखो बिकॉज़ घरे ऑब्वियसली पाके थोड़ो घणो आळस भी अची वने पाके निंदर भी अचे बपोर जो तो ई मड़े वस्तु तमणी के फेस थीनियो जो है you keep a dedicated desk and the study table रखो आई लाइब्रेरी में होता तो उन्हें एक dedicated space obviously you cannot book anything in the library but yes आई regular time ते ओडा वेंदा वो सेम टाइम ते तो 99.99% ताके उच सीट मिले उच जगह मिले आपके वांचने तो try to keep a dedicated place to study then you have to set a realistic goal आणि केड़ रीते हुए कि obviously see it all depends on planning I CA exams अगर आई आके crack करने you have to plan things you just cannot go haywire planning as in मुझे केड़ रीते planning होंदी है कि I on paper आ वटलो मड़े लिखे में believe ना कर रही हूँ जे लिखे जे from 7 o'clock we will wake up at 4 o'clock 4 to 7 ही obviously आई करो था organized अन्ना one level up है well and good अगर आई वस्तु नता करे सको but आके मेंटली आके उन्हों खपे कि ठीक है डी में मुके अगर 2 कलाक 12 कलाक 15 कलाक वांचे जावा तो ई आऊं ओटलो कवर कयो या के नाइ तो इन वस्तुला करे आके थोड़ो गोल्स रखना खपे बोला के गोल्स रखदा तो यू विल वर्क हार्डर टुवर्ड्स इट ऑन गोल के गोल्स भी केड़ा होना खपे कि रियलिस्टिक होना खपे कि आके अगर आई सपोज आज जो डी आई मॉर्निंग से स्टार्ट किया टिल इवनिंग आके ही वो टॉपिक आके कवर करे जाए ई सब्जेक्ट में मुके ही वो टॉपिक तो कवर करना जे मॉर्निंग में जाए डिसाइड करेंगे ना वीकली आई डिसाइड करो जे हिन वीक में मुके हिन सब्जेक्ट्स जो इटली टॉपिक्स आई हैव टू कवर आई गोल्स रखदा रियलिस्टिक रखो अगेन आई विल फोकस ऑन दैट आई रियलिस्टिक रखदा एज इन आंजो शेड्यूल है एकड़ो आंजो हर एक व्यक्ति जो पंहिंजी पर्सनल कमिटमेंट्स हुए आंजी पर्सनल लाइफ हुए इन जे उपरांत भी आके केड़ी रीते उनके मैच करे अने गोल्स आंजा सेट करे जाए अने उन गोल्स के आके अचीव करे जाए सो यू हैव टू वर्क टुवर्ड्स दैट उनला करे आई डायरेक्टली एडी रीते ना एकड़ो गोल सेट करेगा ना जे हां हेन वीक में फुल बड़े फुल सब्जेक्ट आई कवर ऑब्वियसली रिवीजन के टाइम ते 40 आई कवर करे सको था बट इनिशियली एज आई सेड इनिशियली सेल्फ स्टडी में अगर इन पिंटी वाचो था विदाउट एनी क्लासेस हेल्प और विदाउट एनी प्रोफेसर्स असिस्टेंस ताके ओटलो टाइम डिवोट करे ने आके इनिशियली बहुत टाइम लगदो उन वस्तु के समझेला बट वो वस्तु आई पिंड समझाए आके कोई समझाए नहीं तो वो वस्तु आगे एंड सुधी रिटेन थींदी आई जो है ना पिंड फोड़ेलो हुआ ना जो तो वो आई बोलो ना कढे तो वो एकड़ो प्लस पॉइंट है सेल्फ स्टडी जो दैट इज व्हाट आई फील आई पिंड फोड़ेलो हुआ था आगे एंड सुधी याद रहे यू नेवर फॉरगेट इट क्लासेस में घणे वक्त प्रोफेसर्स बोलता हूं आगे निंदर हुए आई बोलियो ना और चोनो आई आ जो बैक ऑफ द माइंड आई सुनदा हुआ यू हियर इट बट देन यू डोंट लिसन इट you don't understand it that is the reason you cannot retain it obviously 24 hours एडो नथी है but yes आई आज मॉर्निंग में वेला उठेला वो हेक्टिक शेड्यूल है तो थी है तो रियलिस्टिक गोल्स रखो क्या के हन वीक में हेटो वस्तु कवर करनी ट्राई टू अचीव दोस गोल्स नेक्स्ट के आई घणे वक्त पा लाइब्रेरी में वेंदा हो पा एक्सेसिव डिस्कशन करियो पा स्टूडेंट्स साथे पाजे कलीग्स साथे पाजे फ्रेंड्स साथे इन वस्तु जो ही है हेड रीते कोट करियो आई डिस्कशन करियो हेल्दी डिस्कशन इज ऑलवेज हेल्पफुल आई एकड़े बे के हेल्प करो तो इट इज ऑलवेज हेल्पफुल बट I have come across few students के excessive discussion कोई वस्तु में जे हर एक व्यक्ति के अगर पूछेला व्या जे ही केड़े रीते करे जो हु केड़े you will get confused because हर एक व्यक्ति जो एकड़ो अलग अलग पिन जो हुए एकड़ी स्टाइल हुए वांचे जी भी तो वो ऑन स्टाइल थे वो ओनला करे परफेक्ट कोई में भी आला करे ना so excessive discussions ना करो आई बी एट लाइब्रेरी केडा भी आई क्लासेस वेंदा हो आई क्लासेस में जे हर एक वस्तु आई हर एक के पूछदा यू विल गेट मोर कंफ्यूज पंहिंजे रीते दिमाग लगायो कि कहिड़ी रीते किन वस्तु ते वधारे फोकस करनो और कोई XYZ जो कलीग है कोई पर्सन है जो फ्रेंड है उन लाइ करे कॉस्टिंग डिफिकल्ट है मे बी आला करे इजी है उन लाइ करे टैक्स डिफिकल्ट है आला करे टैक्स डिफिकल्ट है उन लाइ करे टैक्स इजी है तो मिणी जो अलग अलग एक्सपीरियंस हुए तो एक्सेसिव आई कोई वस्तु में मल्टीपल लोगों के आई अप्रोच करे ने मिड़े डिस्कशन मिणी वटा मिड़े वस्तु पुछदा देयर इज अ चांस कि आई कंफ्यूज थींदा so if you feel कि you get confused I पंड ओन वस्तु के नेरी जा अगर आई किन साथे कोई वस्तु में excessive कोई वस्तु डिस्कस करा था do you get confused the answer is yes stop those things because now आके चाहती I used to study in library तो घणे वक्त अहिड़ो थी है कि you know when people come across such thing कि she is studying on her own so they'll come and they'll tell यार कैसे होता है हम लोग को तो क्लासेस में जाके भी नहीं समझता how will you manage that was a question mark so I was very clear I was confident see confident ठीक है मिनी के थोड़ो घणो था जो हिलेज confident finals और CA exams are not that easy कि चलो आई आज रीते करेगा but yes तो भी हम मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड हुई तो चलो आऊं ही वस्तु आऊं ठाने ये है कि मुझे पंडे ही प्रिपेयर करना है इट इज माय ओन चॉइस ओन डिसीजन आई वर्क टुवर्ड्स इट बट के हुए को चौंदल के हाउ विल यू प्रिपेयर यार असा के तो क्लासेस वेनी ने भी ना तो समझ अचे ओडा मुला करे वो अलार्म हो कि ओके दिस इज द बिकॉज़ हु वस्तु मुके अफेक्ट कहते पीपल वुड मतलब मुके वस्तु अफेक्ट कहते कि हां यार ही मुके पुछंदा केड़ी रीते थींदो हाणे आई गॉट अ क्वेश्चन मार्क क्या will I really pass वो अगर अच्छा तो stop those discussions healthy discussions हुए तैसे तो ठीक है आगे जरा अनहेल्दी उनमें लगा तो stop that things कोई आई घणे मड़े वांचियो था तो घणे वक्त आके मेंटल ब्रेक देनो भी जरूरी give a mental break आगे Janvi also explain go for a walk जेके जो को सारो लगे घणे लोगों प्रेफर करिए कि they watch some web series or some comedy videos or they opt for one movie तो जो को वस्तु आके कंफर्टेबल हुए some prefer cooking spending time with family anything which works out for you go for it give a mental break कोई उन वस्तु में आके ये ब्रेक देने पुठिया आज स्टडिंग टेक्निक्स आई एनालाइज करो किन वस्तु में लैक कर रहा था आफ्टर ब्रेक ऑब्वियसली आई वधारे आके पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड होंदो आई फ्रेश थे वना अगेन यू गो थ्रू योर स्टडिंग टेक्निक्स कि आला करे कोई वर्कआउट करे थी कोई नथी करे जो को वर्कआउट करे थी आजे ब्रेन जे हिसाबे आके नॉलेज जे हिसाबे व्हाट इज हेल्पिंग यू टू गो स्टेप अहेड आई वस्तु करे हैंड रिटन नोट्स हाने घणे लोग हुए जो को हैंड रिटन नोट्स प्रेफर करे हैं घणे लोग हुए जो को लाउडली वांचिए तो उनके याद रहे घणे हुए साइलेंटली वांचिए तो याद रहे एनीथिंग इज फाइन आके जो को वस्तु आके कंफर्टेबल थी है आके हैंड रिटन नोट्स एनी टाइम आई प्रेफर आके करनो ज खपे के हैंड रिटन नोट्स ताके होना ज खपे पर इन साथे आई केड़ी रीते आके कोई वस्तु हेल्पफुल थी है यू एनालाइज दैट यू स्टिक टू don't change it okay loudly some prefer learning walking they're walking and they study book हाथ में हुआ है वांचिंदा हुए घणे बैठे बैठे वांचे do it whatever is comfortable do it कोई आगे जो को आए जो को क्लासेस वेंदा हो उन्हीं लग रही है कि आगे जो को अगर स्टडी मटेरियल आई वांचा होता तो वो क्लासेस में जो को आके सिखाई है था वो आई सेम डे ते ट्राई करो सी प्रैक्टिकली घणे डिफिकल्ट पे पान लोगों के स्पेशली आफ्टर IPCC आई ऑफिस भी वेंदा हुआ ट्रैवलिंग भी करेंदा हुआ एटली मड़े कॉलेज भी अटेंड करे और पूरा आचो अगर कोई आके चाहे हाँ क्लासेस में कोर्स सिखाई वाचो इट बिकम्स डिफिकल्ट बट एटलीस्ट वीकेंड में ट्राई इफ इट इज पॉसिबल आई जो को वांचेलो है क्लासेस में जो को डिस्कस करेला है हिकड़ी बार रीड करेगा ना आके घणे वस्तु रिटेन थे स्टडी इन शॉर्ट सेशंस आई ना सेशंस थोड़ा घना शॉर्ट रखे जी ट्राई करा गच लंबा सेशंस आई आजे आई जर वांचिंदा घणे लंबा सेशंस अगर आई करिंदा तो देयर आर चांसेस के आके वो वस्तु कड़ी रीते है कि आके इट इज क्रैमिंग लगी वने आके बर्डनसम लगी वने के बर्डन लगे तो एकड़ो लॉन्ग सेशंस हुए वांचिंदा जो ना वांचिंदा तो शॉर्ट सेशंस में उनके डिवाइड करे जी ट्राई करो विच में ब्रेक देना पा ऑलरेडी डिस्कस किया है थोड़ा घणो में ब्रेक देना next is practice in writing it is very important to practice in writing आई कोई भी वस्तु के आई वाचे ने आई रिटेन करे जी ट्राई करेंदा it is quite difficult तो आई लिखे जी ट्राई करो आई लिखदा अचो वस्तु लिखदा ताकि बहुत हेल्पफुल थींदो टू रिटेन दैट इन माइंड. नेक्स्ट इज आई रिविजन करा वस्तुओं जो को वाचो था. रिविजन इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. You just cannot go on studying and studying. आई रिविजन करो उन वस्तुओं. आई कोर वांचाना, आई आके वीक में वांचाना, वीकेंड में 2 कलाक रखो जिनमें यू आर ओनली रिवाइजिंग, यू नॉट स्टडिंग एनीथिंग एल्स. आके बोर थिया तो आई गो थ्रू करो होता है कोर क्या ना कोर वांचाना, गो थ्रू इट. द रिविजन इंपॉर्टेंट है. इन माय व्यू, इन माय एक्सपीरियंस, इफ यू आस्क मी, आई जो को मिनिमम आज जो बहुत ही 3 रिविजन जो कंप्लीट થઈ વેનો કપે આખો કોર્સ में, especially for finals and IPCC I'm discussing this क्या के बहुत ही 3 टाइम जो रिविजन થઈ વેના ना ताकि वस्तु रिटेन थी. when you start writing back of the mind आ जो हाथ पे नहीं हले. I practice में राइटिंग में करो ना, मतलब I don't know बट आओ मुझो एक्सपीरियंस अगर आओ आके डिस्कस करें शॉर्ट में तो while finals मुझे जरा एग्जाम स्टार्ट थे वारी है ना इनकी पहला मुझे लास्ट जो 3 फिंगर्स they was swollen. तो आओ इतनी प्रैक्टिस करेंगे इन राइटिंग. लिखती ज वेना तो वो वस्तु हुई तो उन वस्तु में आके बैक ऑफ द माइंड आई जरा एग्जाम जो पेपर लिखता हो ना घणे लोग चें था जे असी लिखी नथा सको एग्जाम में तो ई एकड़ो है कि आई ए पिंडे लिखी सकता जे हाथ हलदा पिंडे या जो हाथ हले यू स्टार्ट राइटिंग इट and you don't even realize that you know you have covered so many things in that answer. So your mind will also work, your hands will also work. So practice in writing, revision तो करे जो जाए. कोई multiple books आई refer ना करा, multiple notes refer ना करा. Short में crisp में आजा notes already आई बनाया ना, और notes के आई refer करा, highlight करे हुए जो important parts के. तो obviously multiple books refer करेंदा, आके last day ते बहुत problem थे वाली. आई कई book आई हेकड़ी book हेकड़ी topic ला cover करा होता, बे book पेला. In my view avoid that. आके जितलो आके concise होंदा आजा notes last day ला. Important cover undo made vastu, important notes are covered, it will help you. So multiple books in my view, don't refer, stick to it. जो कोई study material refer करे था, stick to it till the end. અને આગે અગર ચેન્જ भी करनो है ना घणे वक्त एड़ो हुआ क्या कि नतो ज फावे वस्तु नती ज समझा जाए हेन बुक जी का हेन ऑथर जी का XYZ रीजंस के ताई इनिशियली जो ट्रायल एंड एरर करेगे ना लास्ट डेज ला ना रखो लास्ट 1 मंथ रहे तेरा ही अगर नवी बुक सिलेक्ट करे तो डोंट डू दैट. कोई देन यू स्टिक टू इट. जो को ट्रायल एंड एरर करनो है 2 महीना पहला 2.5 महीना पहला 3 महीना पहला ही करेगे ना 3 महीना लास्ट 2.5-3 महीना जो सेम बुक्स होनी कॉपी यू डोंट चेंज द बुक्स. कोई आरे अगर पर नेक्स्ट डिस्कशन करेंगे हाउ टू स्कोर. आई स्कोर केडी रीते करे सको सेल्फ स्टडी थी कोई स्कोर करे सको डेफिनेटली करे सको. तो स्कोर करला करे केडी रीते कि आई स्टडी मटेरियल ऑब्वियसली एज आई सेड आई यूज्ड टू रेफर स्टडी मटेरियल. सीपीटी आईपीसीसी में सिंगल ऑथर जो कोई बुक 1 रुपी जी भी कोई बुक बाहर जी ना गई और स्टडी मटेरियल ज रेफर करेंगे. इन वस्तु में यू राइट आंसर्स इन स्टडी आई प्रैक्टिस मैनुअल रेफर करन ता खबर पे इंस्टीट्यूट के कोर खपे तो आके अचींदो है बट इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू राइट दैट इन एग्जाम इट वोंट हेल्प. इंस्टीट्यूट इज एक्सपेक्टिंग समथिंग डिफरेंट आउट ऑफ यू. आई की अलग लिखो था मे बी वो पॉइंट जो करेक्ट है बट आई स्टडी मटेरियल रेफर करा ना ताकि स्टडी मटेरियल जे एकड़ी स्टाइल ख्याल अच्छी ने इंस्टीट्यूट केडी रीते ऑब्वियसली पास्ट पेपर्स जो क्वेश्चंस दे तो एग्जांपल्स दे तो आंसर ला आके खबर पे वेने जे आंसर्स केडी रीते लिखे जाए. इन वस्तु ला करे स्टडी मटेरियल जो कोई इंस्टीट्यूट जी भी थोड़ी स्टाइल है वो आई फॉलो करो आके आई प्रैक्टिस करेंदा ऑटोमेटिकली मड़े वस्तु फॉलो થઈ વેનો कोई थंब रूल ना है. I am again focusing on that. There is no thumb rule. Everybody has a different experience. Classes attend करिए था कोई नता करिए तो अभी क्लियर થઈ वेने था. घणे लोगों घणे मड़े क्लासेस अटेंड करे पोटे अभी थोड़ी घणी डिफिकल्टी थी थी क्लियर करना. एवरीथिंग इज फाइन. देयर इज नो थंब रूल. जो को आके कंफर्टेबल हुए करो. जो को मेंटोर्स हैं पांजा दे ट्राई टू हेल्प यू टू गाइड यू घणी वस्तुएं में. अल्टीमेटली घणी जो इंडिविजुअली डिफरेंट लाइफस्टाइल हुआ है डिफरेंट कैपेसिटी हुआ है मेनी रीते इंटेलेक्चुअल डिफरेंट हुआ है. सो यू फॉलो योर फोटे आके किन वस्तु में जो अपर हैंड है. लास्टली एग्जाम्स में अगर स्कोर करना है ये एडिशनल आके आऊँ जो को मुझो एक्सपीरियंस आके शेयर करें आती कि रैंकर्स भी मेरी सब्जेक्ट्स में है ना वो लोगों ऑब्वियसली रैंकर्स हुए એટલે मार्क्स तो एनी जो हायर साइड से हुए पर मेनी सब्जेक्ट्स में न तो हुए अपर हैंड. तो उनमें आई केडी रीते आके जो को सब्जेक्ट्स जो को सारा लगे था आके जो को इंटरेस्ट है उन सब्जेक्ट्स में केड़ी रीते फोकस करे ने उनमें एग्जाम्शन ट्राई करे गेन करे जो एग्जाम्शन 4 सब्जेक्ट्स हैं आई 2 सब्जेक्ट्स में एग्जाम्शन आके आई अटेम्प्ट करिंदा कि ना इनमें एग्जाम्शन खपेंस था यू विल वर्क टुवर्ड्स इट डेफिनेटली आके उनमें सारा मार्क्स अचिंदा त आजा अगर ॿिया वो सब्जेक्ट्स अगर आजा थोड़ा घना वीक भी है ना दिल हेल्प यू टू पम्प अप पासिंग आके थोड़ो इजी पवंदो प्रोसेस लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट आगे सेल्फ स्टडी अगर आई करिंदा ऑब्वियसली जो लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस त सारो थींदो अपॉर्चुनिटीज नवियूं वाला ओपन थींदियूं यू विल स्टार्ट टू एक्सप्लोर दोस थिंग्स ऐं पंहिंजे रीते वाचो था कोई टेक्नोलॉजी तव्हांजे हेल्प लाइ आहे यू कैन मेक द बेस्ट यूज आउट ऑफ इट अने उन वस्तु खे जेको हाणे नॉलेज अवेलेबल आहे ऑनलाइन बि हाणे यू टेक अ बेस्ट यूज ऑफ इट अने बेस्ट ऑफ लक एवरीवन अने लास्ट में मूंखे हिकिड़ी वस्तु चवणी आहे कि रिमेंबर वन थिंग the more you sweat in practice the less you will bleed in war कि हमेशा थी आऊं जर भी आऊं बढ़दी हुई आई यूज्ड टू मोटिवेट माई सेल्फ अने वो वस्तु आई यूज्ड टू हिकिड़ो मोटो मुला करे the more you will practice you will sweat in practice ऐं जितलो आंजो चयो न जी जान प्रैक्टिस में लगाईंदा ऐं वॉर में एग्जाम्स आर वॉर ऐं वॉर में वेंदा the less you will bleed you will it will help you I'm tried and tested methods and practice karo everything will fall in place you will get good marks you will clear the exams in first attempt ane mide vastu ala kare they'll fall in place but practice and that's it for today's session.
That's really great, Krishna.
Thank you so much for having me here and giving me an opportunity to share my insights and help my community students.
We all are here definitely. See, Janvi, you, I, we are here to give to the society what we have taken from them. Samaj bata atlo made ghado aaye, so we all are trying to return it back. Kids, we are here at any point of time. You need us, let it be at the middle of the night. We'll be available for you for one-on-one motivation, for one-on-one doubt clearing, everything. What Krishna said, I just gist it up. Self-study, yes, as rightly she said, I introduced saying ki joko classes nata wane probably she is here to address. But basically, no, she is right. Even if we are going for classes, somewhere or the other, they can only disseminate knowledge. Baki exam na karna to paake self-study kare chiye. So definitely her pattern is going to help us prepare ourselves. वो homework पा नहीं करूँ त्या सुधी की नहीं थी. So definitely that self-study, self-discipline is so much important. बस हकड़ो आए के जैसे ही जो classes नता वनो, so self-discipline becomes the key. जो को classes avoid करें self मतलब self-study करे जी कोशिश करिए दा if at all they fail only for one reason, which is lack of self-discipline. जैसे ही जो अगर बाकी मरे जबरदस्ती क्लास में वनी ने 6 कलाक 8 कलाक अगर स्टडी करी रहा है, you have to put in those 6-8 hours every day, every single day. आज मुझे माथो डोके तो आज मेरी फ्रेंड आ गई है, आज दिवाली है, not going to work. पंजा ये जो को भी त्योहार अच्छे था, जो को भी क्लासेस अटेंड करियूच था ना, अगर पा पे किया हुआ था, just because we have not paid in this does not give us a room to give excuse for ourselves. We cannot. In fact, if a person going to classes is working for 6 hours, we should do 8 hours. Reason being कि उनके कोई concepts ऐड आए कि जो को पाके self study में जड़े पा करियो था, we require little longer time, will require little more time. So we'll have to put in those efforts, right? As rightly mentioned by her, this is something which I also have learned in my experience. Although post qualification, many rankers I've heard. अने अने के सोने पोठिया अकड़ी चीज जो को आऊं घंट बधी गड़ी है, इसके इंस्टीट्यूट मटेरियल के इग्नोर ना करे. असा जे टाइम थे इंस्टीट्यूट मटेरियल वाज really pathetic. I could say that. I'm sorry to use that word, but it was not at all good. अगर आई पेपर्स की क्वालिटी भी नहीं रहा, they used to come in loose papers. आई अगर भूलती हीट करी बता तो पेपर फाटी पड़े. You can't read it properly. So that was the kind of quality of material we used to get. But nowadays I've seen these books, they are fabulous. And a content that definitely see, अगर institute कोई question post करी रही है, part of bow knowledge hai, but as rightly put across by Krishna, if you are not able to put what the questioner wants, if you are not able to answer what the questioner wants in their language, in spite of the best of knowledge we have, we cannot clear. So it is very right to refer to the institute material, because that gives us a good guidance on ke institute ko expect kari nahi, right? So reproducing exactly in that pattern gives us a better placement while gaining marks. Many a times gaining knowledge and gaining marks are two things which should go hand in hand, but it might not. So long as we are not clearing a CA exam, I would say gaining marks should be equally an important point, or in fact important factor in my mind, because मेरा first target, मुझे सौથી પહેલો target है कि હું CA clear करी. આવું કેટલી બી knowledgeable है यहाँ पर, CA जो stamp ना है ना, ત્યાં સુધી world में value ना. So that stamp is important, and for gaining that stamp, yes, institute material is fabulous. There are many rankers जो को मुके, I don't know, I have not gone one on one and उन्हीं साथे vouch करला के जो को चाहिए जाए platform पे से right है के wrong है. But at least on the platform there have been many cases जहाँ पे rankers जड़े लोगों को चाहिए था, ये लोगों को ये चाहिए था कि ऐसी को refer किया तो study material, institute जो study material, and logical है कि अगर वो material study करी ने exactly same reproduce करियो था, how can institute deny me marks? I बेवकी કર્યો હતા તો they have X reasons કે ના આસી accept કર્યું હતા કે નતા કર્યું. But when it comes to institute material जो reproduction, they cannot deny, they have to give you marks, right? So don't ignore your institute material. Self discipline and a self study, very important. Thank you so much, Krishna, for your fabulous inputs on how do we do our self study. And
thank you so much for organizing such a wonderful event, and kudos to the team of BCAF for helping students out.
Yeah, we all are part of BCAF, and I really thank you and Janvi to come forward and take up this initiative. To start with, maybe it was a small but a very strong effort. Jetla students, I'm sure they are going to stand by my words. They are taking away a very good amount of information, and the takeaway is really very valuable. I will request you all students to pass on your feedback to us. You can pass it via a feedback form which we will circulate. You can pass on your feedback via WhatsApp. I've shared my number. I've shared the BCA's group link also. Please join us on that group so that your questions can be answered at one platform, right? Thanks a lot, Krishna. Thanks a lot, Janvi, for coming forward and helping us all. We'll keep on getting in touch with you for all the questions that we have from our students. For the next 1 week, Janvi and Krishna, both of you all, I will add to the BCAS group.
Okay.
Any questions, I will wish that you address to them. If a very generic question, which will be for the benefit of everyone, you can reply on the platform. And for others, you can reply them on a direct message. For 1 week, Janvi and Krishna will be a part of a BCAS group. Today is Sunday. So till next Sunday, we'll have both our experts on the group. You all can post as many questions as you want. So from here, it's almost 7 minutes over our scheduled time. So without wasting any more precious time of our students, we take our leave. Thanks everyone. Thanks my speakers, and thanks all my participants for making this possible. And we look forward to more participation and more focused sessions. Any of you are looking forward to any specific type of topic which we should be covering, you all can connect with us. If we have even 8 to 10 students who want to participate or have that kind of session, we will take it up, maybe on a smaller scale, but we definitely will take it up. So come forward. Thank you and good night. And one more thing, for all who are present, we'll keep this the session on for next 5 more minutes, so that the students who want to still run through all the questions which were there, you all can run through. If you want the video to be watched again, it is available on YouTube. We'll be sharing the link of that on BCAS. So please be a part of BCAS. Bye-bye.